floors, driveways, and around pools.
I'm 100% satisfied. It's not slippery and it's not hot. I was very impressed with the product. It's amazing that I don't burn my feet and my 6-year-old doesn't fall.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com and remember to like us on Facebook, GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com. We are out of this world.
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. And right now, lease a new 2025 RAV4, just $349 per month. Or a new Tacoma, $289 per month. Plus, choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more.
Hubler's got you covered.
At the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com. Grand opening savings and the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles.
Cover me!
Select models, approved credit, plus tax tag title license, 249 dealer doc, RAV4 model 4432, Tacoma model 7540, 36 months, $29.99 due, 0 security, 10,000 annual miles, 15 cents per mile thereafter, expires 11/2.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment?
On any 4-tire purchase.
And Goodyear's up to $200 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Goodyear's and save up to $200 more. See store for details.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, how police are investigating a man and a woman dying from gunfire Tuesday in southern Indiana, who may be trying to take over a central Indiana utility company, what happened after the Johnson County coroner turned himself in, and who's in control right now in the MLB postseason. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. Time for Fox News. It's 9 o'clock.
Israel keeps demanding Hamas give back all the hostages. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
We will spare no effort and no means to return them.
That's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The 20 living hostages were set free Monday, but Hamas has only turned over 7 bodies so far. Of the 28 dead hostages it's obligated to return. Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv.
The release of these bodies may be a sticking point before entering into phase 2 of the agreement. Regional media reports that Egyptian teams will enter Gaza to help Hamas locate the remains. One of the bodies that was released earlier this week was that of Yossi Sharabi. His brother Eli was held hostage for nearly 500 days.
It was mixed feelings for our family.
Hamas is also supposed to give up their weapons as part of the Gaza ceasefire deal. President Trump says,
if they don't disarm, we will disarm them.
There have been more clashes in suburban Chicago between law enforcement and anti-ICE protesters who got tear-gassed after throwing rocks. Meanwhile,
the Department of Homeland Security saying it's obtained credible intelligence that criminal organizations in Mexico are continuing to offer thousands of dollars, bounties, for U.S.-based sympathizers, including street gangs in Chicago, to monitor, harass, and assassinate federal agents.
Fox's Jeff Manasso. A Latin Kings gang member has already been charged with offering a bounty for someone to kill a Border Patrol chief. Los Angeles County, California has declared a state of emergency in response to federal illegal immigration raids. There's a voting rights case at the Supreme Court next hour over one the justices heard back in March and will consider again.
A case that asks the question, did Louisiana lawmakers in 2024 rely too much on race to create a second majority black congressional district? Black voters sued in 2022 when the state legislature created one majority minority district, even though Louisiana's population was then 1/3 black. A group of so-called non-African Americans countersued.
That's Colonel Scott. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
They're calling it a murder-suicide. Cloudy and 60 in downtown Indianapolis. Clouds throughout. Not as warm today, but we'll reach a high of about 73. I'm Jarrett Lewis. Here's what's trending at 9:02. Gunfire reported in Spencer County on Tuesday and 2 lives lost. John Herrick reports.
State Police Sergeant John Davis says they got a call from a woman named Jamie Atkins in Santa Claus, and she said she shot her husband, John, so they went to the Atkins' home.
Officers were able to locate a deceased male, John Atkins, age 49, with some gunshot wounds. Jamie Atkins with a gunshot wound. Jamie Atkins was transported by ambulance to Owensboro Hospital in Kentucky, where she died from her injuries.
Davis says they are considering this a murder-suicide, but he also acknowledged that they have a lot more to investigate. John Herrick, 93, WIBC Mobile News.
BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, is close to purchasing AES. That's according to a report in the Financial Times. This comes as AES is already asking for a rate hike that would bump up electricity bills for Hoosiers about $21 more a month. Consumer advocates are warning that a purchase of AES by BlackRock could raise utility rates even more. Not long after he turned himself in to the Johnson County Jail Tuesday morning, Johnson County Coroner Mike Pruitt was transferred to the Brown County Jail. State Police Sergeant Kevin Getz explains why.
Anytime we've had a special investigation that may involve a localized elected official or, say, an investigation in which a law enforcement officer is the target, they are booked into that local jail, and then their custody is transferred to another facility for safety reasons.
Pruitt is accused of providing alcohol to a teenage girl on multiple occasions, and a protective order was filed against him by the girl's mother. The average price of gas in the state of Indiana today, $2.91 a gallon, according to Gas Buddy. That's about the average here in Indianapolis. Colts defensive coordinator Lou Anarumo says the defense was resilient in the win over Arizona last weekend.
I'm just pleased the way our guys, at the end of the day, certainly could have done a better job in certain situations, but when it came down to it, 4th and goal at the 7, we end up making the play and we win the game. So that's what matters most.
The Colts are 5-1 heading into their next matchup with the Los Angeles Chargers out west. And a check of the MLB postseason. The Dodgers beat the Brewers 5-1 last night to take a 2-0 lead in the NLCS. They are heading now back to L.A. In the ALCS, the Mariners also have a 2-0 lead heading into their Game 3 tonight in Seattle against the Blue Jays. A check of traffic this morning with Matt Baer.
Southside northbound 65, 2-minute delay from Raymond up to the South Split. And watch out on the east side, a shooting investigation at Washington Street west of Post Road. Could be multiple police officers out in that area. Please be careful. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard the Staples Easy button is back with even more easy? Press it for custom print, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples, that was easy. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on OpenSignal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies for today. A stray sprinkle can't be ruled out for the northern third of the state. Highs in lower 70s. Tonight, partly cloudy, low near 50. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jarrett Lewis on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com. Kendall and Casey starts now.
You're listening to Rob Kendall.
When we talk about sending money somewhere, we're talking about printing the money because we have no money.
And Casey Daniels.
My government would never lie to me, would they?
On 93 WIBC.
So our attorney generals, look, I'm loath to say anything nice about Todd Rokita.
I know.
But one thing I will say about Rokita that I kind of enjoy.
Yeah?
Because
that he's a fighter?
Well, I wouldn't exactly use those
a
words.
Brawler?
He can't let anything go. Because I see that when I look in the mirror,
I
Casey.
was going to say, does that sound like anyone you know? These two things are very similar.
Well, it's okay. So I was telling you this this morning.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things about Todd Rokita is he is a brawler. Todd Rokita is the Attorney General for the state of Indiana. Also a moron, but a brawler. And a lot of these politicians, rank and file, regular politicians, struggle in terms of how to deal with a guy like Todd Rokita because they don't understand the premise from which he operates. And that is, he can't ever lose. He just exists to fight. And if you're going to engage with someone who just exists to fight, I'm sure people have seen the meme. Randy Marsh is the dad on South Park, and there's a famous meme of him all messed up. The script or the premise of the episode is he gets in a fight at his kids' Little League games, and he keeps getting hauled out by the cops. And the line is, "I didn't hear no bell."
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've seen the meme of him. He's all messed up, and his eyes are beaten shut. I didn't hear no bell. That's Rokita, right? He is the I didn't hear no bell guy.
He's just going to keep going.
And if you're going to engage in any sort of public conflict with him, you have to accept the fact that you can't ever defeat him because he's never going to stop. And Senator Liz Brown from Fort Wayne is finding this out the hard way. She doesn't seem to grasp that if you choose to, it's why we always win. We didn't hear no bell guy, and that's why we beat these politicians all the time. They don't understand the rules of the game and the rules of engagement, and she being Liz Brown, this powerful senator from Fort Wayne, continues to think she can operate under normal political procedure against Todd Rokita, and it ain't gonna work.
Well, the thing is, most people are interested in getting the win. There are some people who are more interested in the fight, and that's something that you and Todd Rokita have in common.
So what we're talking about here is Tom Homan, who is the border guru, the border czar, whatever his technical name is. He is in charge of getting illegal immigration under control in this country. And while we have been very critical of the Trump administration's handling of economic issues, one thing I think every reasonable person would say is the border is infinitely better under Donald Trump than it was under Joe Biden.
Yeah, so Donald Trump gave Tom Homan three main tasks: secure the border, run the largest deportation operation, and then find 300,000 missing migrant children.
And it's incredible lift given the position that Biden put this country in terms of just do-drop-in policy as it related to illegal immigration. But Tom Homan was here yesterday and was speaking to the Indiana General Assembly. He was speaking. Now, this was supposed to be, as my understanding, some sort of public event, but then they just pulled it into the chambers.
Yeah, they closed it to the public and the media, although they did live stream it.
Which that was kind of a bad move. Like you said, they did live stream it, but to the average person, that looks like an avoidance of transparency, or we don't want to deal with the protesters or whatever. But so he gives this speech. Rokita is there, and they start talking about this House Bill 1531. And it's better known as the Fairness Act. And it dealt with illegal immigration. It basically put the onus on state, local, federal authorities in the state of Indiana on specific ways in which you had to deal with apprehending. I think the technical description, and by the way, if you want to read all this, Capitol Chronicle, our friends at Capitol Chronicle had a big write-up on all of this yesterday, potentially dangerous aliens. And Liz Brown is a very powerful, longstanding senator from the city of Fort Wayne. She's a rhino. She's a Republican in name only, but technically hasn't. She's a Republican in good standing. The lady who killed the illegal immigration bill, she's a Republican in good standing. But me,
no.
If I were to tell you shouldn't vote for someone who kills the illegal immigration bill,
that puts you.
I would not be a Republican in good standing. Welcome
Yeah.
to the Indiana Republican Party. So she was the head of this committee this past session that was hearing this bill, and in the state of Indiana, these committee heads have basically infinite power. If you're now they report to the Speaker of the House or the pro tem of the Senate. They're, accountable to them. They're not, a lot of times, not doing anything that hasn't been pre-approved. But things basically live and die based on their orders. She swatted this bill down, and then Todd Rokita made her public enemy number one, up to and including, didn't he say that she told him she killed the bill because there was an illegal immigrant in her family?
In her family, or somebody within her family knows somebody, or...
And then she vehemently denied that. She slapped a complaint against him with the disciplinary commission. And so Rokita...
did it again.
He did yesterday. Homan's here talking about this bill and how it would help the federal government, blah, blah, blah. And then Rokita is there, and he starts going at Liz Brown.
Yep, he did it again. So this bill, it passed the House 64-26, died in the Senate with no hearing. Rokita blamed Liz Brown for blocking it. Now, Representative J.D. Prescott allegedly plans to reintroduce the bill in January. But Homan was urging them to help President Trump. It's a great bill. Get back to it. Now, Liz Brown was on with Tony Katz this morning, and again, she denied it.
Yeah, and this is...
He was like, well, where did this come from?
Well, and this is the problem. You have to know how to deal with Rokita. Why does Rokita hate us? Because we know how to deal with him, because brawler knows a brawler, and I know what I'm dealing with Todd Rokita. He's not ever going to get anything over on this program because we know exactly how to deal with him, and these politicians do not, which is why Rokita has been so effective as a politician. Other than the U.S. Senate implosion, in which for some bizarre reason he thought he was going to morph into Donald Trump in real time and run the most ridiculous campaign ever, Todd Rokita is essentially undefeated in running for public office because he knows how to bully and beat these people around, and they don't know how to respond, and she's fallen right into his trap again, and it's kind of funny to watch from afar and see these people take the bait every single time.
So here is Todd Rokita. This is yesterday talking about the fairness for Hoosiers.
As I said earlier, House Bill 1531 from last session easily passed this chamber, 64-26, but was stalled in the Senate Judiciary Committee by Senator Liz Brown, who refused to even give it a hearing. That decision set us back at least a full year. We can't afford further delays. Kendra and her family don't deserve further delays. Hoosiers elected us to put them first, demanding secure borders, safe communities, and fair job opportunities. The Fairness Act delivers on these fronts. It strengthens the anti-sanctuary city law by giving my office more tools to combat this. And don't forget, we have 2 lawsuits going right now, against the St. Joseph County Sheriff and the Monroe County Sheriff for alleged violations. We need to do more.
By the way, the Fairness Act, it stands for Fostering and Advancing Immigration Reforms Necessary to Ensure Safety and Security.
Okay, my broader question would be, and I'm not asking this to be a smartass, I'm genuinely curious. The state of Indiana has been in full compliance with the federal government up to and including signing a massive deal to use our prison system for illegal immigrants. And I'm not seeing the headlines of, hey, we're arresting illegal immigrants every single day and letting them go. Is this actually on a broad scale? It's sort of like the voter fraud thing. Remember Diego Morales, Secretary of State, comes out with this big announcement. We caught one illegal immigrant voting in Vigo County.
Yeah.
Okay, so you spent how much money to catch one guy? Not saying there aren't people voting illegally, but is there some broad scale thing that requires millions of taxpayer dollars to solve? And so the same question, I would have the same question as it relates to illegal immigration in the state of Indiana. Is Indiana have such a problem that we're catching huge swaths of illegal immigrants, huge numbers of illegal immigrants, and we're having to let them go? Does this problem exist somewhere? If so, show it to me. Or are we just pointing to 1 or 2 isolated incidents?
Yeah, Is this a really, really big issue? Well, according to Todd Rokita, he said it is. There's no country and therefore no Indiana if we don't have a border. Every state is now a border state. That's what he said.
Yeah, but I get that. But that's what he does. This is what he does. He's the art. It's basically victim-based politics. Look at how we're being aggrieved. Look at how we're being the horrible thing that's happening. Okay, I don't disagree. I'm totally for a secure border, totally for apprehending all illegal immigrants in this country, sending them back to their country of origin, not fighting on any of that. What I'm asking is, are there documented on a big scale? I'm not talking about, one or two isolated incidents, but is there across the board, multiple times, numerous times, documented where we're catching these illegal immigrants and then they're just being let back out into decent society here in the state of Indiana?
Yeah. I don't have those numbers, Rob.
Yeah, I don't think he does either. But I still enjoy him taking some do-nothing senator to the woodshed. That is kind of fun.
We do have numbers, a lot of polling numbers. There were so many polls that came out yesterday.
It's hard to keep track, wasn't it?
It was. When you and I were talking yesterday, you were referencing one poll, I was referencing another. But I think the big picture is the same across the board on all the polls. Let's get into it. It is 93 WIBC.
Hammer and Nigel.
America has a new favorite beer. It's Mick Ultra. If you remember, Modelo was the #1 beer in America.
They're blaming Trump.
The Trump administration's immigration policies have affected it.
Oh, come on.
At least Cracker Barrel came out and said, hey, we screwed up. We're going to go back to the way things were. Bud Light never did.
Hammer and Nigel, weekdays 3 till 7 on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Greetings from R&R Agency, your Indiana health insurance pros, and a sincere thank you to our loyal customers for helping us to another record year. We recently saved a 62-year-old retiring couple over $800 monthly when compared to their COBRA offerings. We recently saved a family of 4 over $400 monthly when compared to their $7,500 deductible program on the ACA, and that's still Obamacare. We recently saved a small 4-man manufacturing company over $1,000 monthly and gave them better coverage. We feature coverages guaranteed to age 65, low out-of-pocket expenses, the largest networks in the country, and you can sign up anytime. If you are retiring early, self-employed, or need coverage for your small group, call us at 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. If you don't call us, we can't help you. What do you got to lose? Call us 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. As always, God bless America, common sense government, and peace through strict.
Of all the times to buy a new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, or Aviator. Plus get a $1,000 Tom Roush Trade Assist bonus. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
Subject to credit approval. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for complete offer details. Offer ends 10/31/2025.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Indiana can count on.
Pat Sullivan here, hoping not to spook you, but you could have a clogged drain and not even know it, which could result in a horror story. Have no fear. As part of their Halloween spooky deals, my friends at Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling are offering a $43 mainline snaking plus a free camera inspection. And the best part, if they don't get your drain flowing, it's free. Nothing scary about that deal. Call Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today to schedule an appointment.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Join us every Friday right around 5:50 for Beer Sample Friday.
Brought to you by Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus, home of free delivery within 75 miles of their store.
So the polling that was out yesterday, Casey, was fascinating to me.
We're on the wrong track.
On everything.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing poorly.
That's the general mood.
No, we got into it yesterday with the folks from Independent Indiana. And obviously their poll showed, one, that the public remains overwhelmingly against redistricting. And then they also polled on Braun and Diego, and the Braun was, 20 points underwater in their poll. And then while we were on the air,
another one
came, because you were, I had not seen that poll. So
I
funny.
know, I could tell you were talking about a different poll than I was. And they said the same thing. The numbers were a little bit different.
Yeah, well, you were. I was like, what is this woman doing? Did she get internal crosstabs that I haven't seen? Like, I was just on the air with this guy. How did you get him?
Right.
And
I was talking about a different poll.
Yeah.
It's like when it came to Secretary of State Diego Morales, it was like 9% favorability, 21% unfavorable, and I'm like, 70% doesn't even know who he is, and you're like, what are you? 70%? Where did you get that number? Different poll.
Yeah, but these two polls came out almost at the exact same time. They both said the same thing. One, Hoosiers are overwhelmingly against redistricting, and two, the governor is way underwater. I think it was 14 in one, almost 20 in another. He being Braun, has a major problem because there's nothing he did this session that he can point to and go, hey, just give it a few months, give it a year. You're going to see things will all be better. So it can only get worse from here for him.
Well, let's figure this out. Why would that be? What are they talking about right now? They're talking about redistricting, keeping themselves in power, right? Are they talking about property taxes? Are they talking about lowering the gas tax? Are they talking about lowering your electricity bill? Are they talking about lowering sales tax? No, they raised that, in fact. Are they talking about your income tax? No, nothing that actually helps the taxpayers. The big message that you're hearing is coming from Washington, D.C., and it's not hitting with the average Hoosier.
Yeah, people don't find value in the Republican Party. I think that's the big takeaway here. If people found value in the way Indiana Republicans are governing and the way Republicans are governing in Washington, they would be overwhelmingly in support of this. They would be storming their rep and senators' doors saying, please do this. And what has really become clear, and we got into this the last couple days, Ethan and I did, and you and I have talked about this before, is that the Republicans keep winning because the Democrats in this state and nationally are so unelectable to the people of Indiana. If the Democrats did anything remotely normal, they would start winning elections, and the Republicans never have to face a wake-up call because the Democrats are so bad. But you see this play out in these polls where people say, just because we won't vote for the other guy doesn't mean we don't hate you and what you're doing.
Right.
As well. And so I think the big indictment here is that people are telling you what they think about Republican-based governance by saying, one, we don't want any more Republicans in Washington, which is what they would be doing. And two, this governor stinks at his job and hasn't been putting priorities forward that are making our lives better. And so we're just done with all of you people.
Well, I mean, he stood in front of a huge crowd of people and said he was going to fight for us. And then he turned around and he didn't. And people are tired of the games. They're putting party over the people who put them in those positions. I mean, think about this. We've had the agriculture secretary visit us. We've had the vice president visit us twice. The border czar has now come. Is that helping you in your daily life? Their message is so about the party and not about the people.
Yeah, and so we're going to have Ryan Hedrick from the WIBC newsroom next, because there's a bunch of stuff on Mark Sanchez. Jim Merritt will be with us at 10:30 today, and we're going to talk about that, because that is what these Republicans, like, I don't even know if they care. I don't think it's they don't understand. I think they don't care because they don't fear losing. Most of them don't fear losing. Like, okay, so I do this and it's unpopular. Well, you've already, in a post-COVID world, laid down the line in the sand that no matter what I do to you, you're going to keep voting Republican, which comes back to what my argument has been for a long time, which is if you want this to change, you have to let these Republicans lose some elections. It starts next year with the Secretary of State's race. The number one thing, if you want to crack this Republican cabal and you want to send a message to these people that you're done just voting for them, no matter what horrible, rotten thing they do or horrible, rotten elected official or candidate they put in front of you, you have to stop. You have to stop giving them that impression, or not impression, but reality of that's what you'll do. No matter what the Republicans do, you're still saying, well, the Democrats might be worse, so I'll just vote for you regardless. Of course they're going to abuse you as a taxpayer.
It seems like Bo Bai is getting some nice donations.
He got $300,000 from somebody.
Yeah, from somebody.
We need more rich friends. Now, here's what I will say about this. Because people were, so this guy who gave him $300,000 is from Connecticut. And people, of course, then lose their minds. I said, well, wait a second. We all know what's going on here. Let's not act like we don't. But if you're going to tell me that you're going to sit in judgment of some guy publicly getting a declared $300,000 check from someone who lives in this country, who has to put their name behind it, but you're not going to say word one about the current Secretary of State disappearing to a foreign country for 10 days, oh, and he won't tell you who paid for it. Oh, and we know the guy who he went with who had a taxpayer-funded contract was bragging about selling visa access into this country. If you have to ask me which one I'm more concerned about, I'm infinitely more concerned about the mysterious trip that I don't know who paid for it. Right. Yeah, pot, meat, cattle.
Ryan Hedrick is going to join us next on 93 WIBC.
Hey, it's Hammer and Nigel here for Window Nation. October is here, and you know what it means. The return of all things pumpkin-flavored, earlier sunsets, and chilly air seeping into your home. That is, if you've got those old, stuck, cracked windows. Ready to eliminate annoying drafts once and for all? Reach out to the experts at Window Nation. This month, when you buy 2 windows, you'll get 2 more for free, and your total price includes 1-day installation. With Window Nation, you also won't have to make any payments for 2 years, which is a big deal with the holiday season coming up. Check it out at windownation.com.
Window Nation has an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, and that gives you the peace of mind when you're deciding on whether or not you're working with the right company. Put an end to your window problems with Window Nation. Now through October 31st, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free, and you don't pay anything for 2 years with Window Nation. Visit windownation.com today. That's windownation.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
He's glad to get them out. Cloudy skies, 62 this morning in downtown Indianapolis. Your high today, 73. I'm Jarrett Lewis. Here's what's trending at 9:30 now. Brought to you by Window Nation. President Trump celebrating the return of all 20 living hostages that were being held in Gaza by Hamas. In a post to Truth Social, President Trump says that a big burden has been lifted. A spokesperson for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu also celebrated their release.
Prime Minister Netanyahu has envisioned their return for 2 years. The day to see our hostages in the hands of our heroic IDF Special Forces. The day they were able to feel their loved ones' embrace again. The day where our hostages can finally start the process of physical and mental rehabilitation.
Israel is still awaiting the bodies of the deceased hostages. So far, only 7 of the 28 sets of remains have been handed over to Israel. The government shutdown entering day 15 after another failed vote in the Senate Tuesday. Democrats continue to stand firm on their demands to extend Affordable Care Act subsidies.
The GOP says demands by the Democrats to subsidize the program underscores problems with Obamacare. Democrats say 22 million Americans will see health care premiums spike unless Congress coughs up the money to offset the cost of Obamacare. Democrats insist on the extra help before providing votes to reopen the government. Some Republicans have wanted to eliminate Obamacare since 2010, but the GOP was never able to repeal it.
Fox's Chad Pergam reporting. While most action on Capitol Hill has stopped due to the shutdown, the Senate has moved on other legislation, including the 2026 National Defense Authorization Act. Your opening bell report on 93 WIBC, brought to you by Absolute Wealth Management. The Dow is up 186 points, 46,270. The S&P 500 also in the green, up 47 points to 6,644. And the NASDAQ up 245 to 24,579. I'm Jarrett Lewis on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Energy slipping? Losing your edge? It could be low T. Take action. Synergen X and Low T Center offer a quick free T test.
Get pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, never compounded, personalized by experts just for you. Most insurance covers it. The best you is waiting. TRTMVP.com.
There's one name for every home system. Chapman. Heating, air conditioning, plumbing, drains, electrical, and now proudly serving Bloomington. Remember the man for all seasons, and now more reasons. Chapman. ChapmanHeating.com.
This is Denny Smith, and I'm here to tell you that a neglected well can lead to costly repairs. But C&J's got you covered with their well cleanout service. Right now, it's 30% off, and that's the lowest price of the year. C&J will remove the pump, insert a high-output air line into the well, and then safely airlift years of sediment and gunk out of the top of the well. Then they'll also do a 6-point inspection to assure that you and your family get the purest, safest water. C&J. Great systems and great people, too. 317-852-WELL.
So, where's the lake?
Not here.
But it says Great Lakes Honda of Fishers.
Right. I just don't see a lake.
Well, who needs a lake when you can lease a 2026 HR-VLX all-wheel drive for $309 a month and $0 down?
That definitely won't soak our bank account.
Oh, it's the old Honda of Fishers.
Great Lakes, great people, great cars.
But no actual lake. Visit our showroom off State Road 37 today. Tax and title fees not included with approved credit through Honda Financial. In-stock new Hondas only. 10,000 miles a year, not combinable with other offers. Loyalty or conquest rebates may apply. Offer ends October 31st. See dealer for details.
My brother never checks on Dad. Or, my sister won't make time to take Mom to the doctor. Are these things you've heard yourself say? This is Tina McIntosh, president of Joy's House and co-host of the Caregiver Crossing radio program. I have a caregiving tip for you. Stay tuned.
Cardon & Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us to find a community near you.
Expressing anger or resentment toward unsupportive siblings can cause unmendable rifts in relationships. Don't try to control everyone else. You can only control yourself. The success of your caregiving journey does not rest on others. So enjoy the time with your loved one. This is your special time with them. More tips like this are available anytime at caregivercrossingradio.org. With new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana, we're an on-air and online support group for Hoosier family caregivers. Hear conversations with experts, access a library of online education, and more at caregivercrossingradio.org.
Well, the Fed just sounded the alarm. The stock market is dangerously overvalued. And if your retirement savings are tied up in the market, this could be the smart time to protect and grow your savings outside of Wall Street. Hey, one option gives you a 20% upfront bonus. It's got a competitive return that's averaged 10% annually for the last 10 years.
So here's the simple math. If you invest $200,000, you get an upfront $40,000 bonus. That's $240,000. That $240,000 could earn 10% or $24,000 in the first 12 months. So, in the first year, that original $200,000 could grow to $264,000. Get all the information from Bill Demery, your retirement guy. Call 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120. 648-5120. Bill Demery, your retirement guy.
Okay, lots of moving parts on the Mark Sanchez case. Let's bring back in one of the best in the business. I think from a local perspective, nobody's covering it like this guy, Ryan Hedrick from the WIBC Newsroom. Ryan, hello.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Okay, so several big things yesterday with the Mark Sanchez case. First of all, the judge recused herself.
So 4 big things yesterday, and this all unfolded over the course of like 15 minutes.
It was very quick, right?
Oh, yeah. So the big thing is, you're right, Jennifer Prince Harrison has recused herself, and there's really only 4 reasons why a judge would recuse themselves of a case in Marion County.
This is very perplexing to me because, like you said, it's a pretty tight set of rules, and I'm not sure which one box she's checking. Go ahead.
So personal reasons, financial reasons, prior involvement or bias in the case. Now, a lot of people are speculating that her light sentences have compelled her to step aside, but I don't think that's it, because if these judges aren't bothered by light sentences of killers, armed robbers, and drug traffickers, why would she be bothered by a perceived bias in the Mark Sanchez case?
Right. So now, from a media perspective, there was some kind of cheering on this because she had said no dice on cameras in the courtroom. Now there's been a re-application to try to. Do we have a new judge?
Yeah. Okay. His name is James Osborne, and you're right. There was an infusion of camera requests yesterday, back-to-back camera requests right after she recused herself.
But we don't have a ruling on that yet.
Not to my knowledge. I checked my case about an hour ago, and there's nothing been decided in that room.
Does she have to say why she recused herself?
Nope.
Maybe she's just a huge football fan?
Yeah.
What? She's the president of the Mark Sanchez fan club. She was a long-standing member of the Jets.
Jim thought maybe she had a lot of his rookie cards.
Yeah.
I texted a couple of cops I know in Indianapolis to get some sort of perspective, and the Indy Star's done a little digging with this as well. The only thing we could do is guess right now. It's just a crapshoot at this point. Why did she recuse herself? We don't know. But what we do know is when she did recuse herself, this kind of moved the court dates. So the court dates have now been shifted, and the first pretrial conference is scheduled for October 22nd, and that's at, I believe, 1 o'clock.
They've already set a trial date. Not that, I mean, they're not going to actually have a trial on this date, but the trial date has been set for December 11th.
It has, and then there's something before that, a week before that, a second pretrial conference, I think on December 3rd or 4th.
Now, he wants to or his legal team, I would guess, would want to string this out because you talked about, was this 2 days ago you were with us, and you said in the Marion County judicial system, if you can convince the court you were an addict and you're recovering, that's basically your get out of jail free card.
I mean, it tugs at their heartstrings. It goes right along with the pet causes, the social justice causes that this prosecutor and his office believes so much in, and if they could put somebody in rehab or save somebody's life under the guise of the addiction, treating the addiction, which is their kind of core issue, then I think they're all for it.
So he said that he's recovering right now, but you're saying if they put him in some sort of rehab, it will help him.
I think it's a great defense for him because how else, besides being just ungodly evil, could you explain attacking a 69-year-old grease truck delivery guy in an alley in Indianapolis? And I don't mean to make light of this, but what other defense would you be able to offer other than addiction?
Ryan Hedder from the WIBC newsroom is with us. We're talking about the latest on the Mark Sanchez case.
So when he left the courthouse and Fox 59 had asked him a few questions, he answered just a few about how he was recovering and thanked the doctors. He also mentioned that he'd be able to talk soon. When do you think that'll be, and what would he say?
I think it would be a well-crafted statement. I think it would be a sit-down on national TV with a very kind of like a softball friendly news anchor that would just underhand him questions. I mean, you know, when you look at his history, I think it's telling that on Sunday, his son's mother, Daniel, who's 8 years old, he has 3 kids,
she spoke
2
out.
twins, on Instagram and said, I'm not surprised. None of this surprises me. What does that mean? She just kind of left us hanging.
So he's got a couple issues, right? Number one is he's got obviously this potential prison sentence if he's convicted in front of him. But there's also the underlying, what was he doing in that alley, and why did he, we talked about this 2 days ago when you were with us, he keeps like circling back into that alley, and then what made him so mad, and depending on what the answers to those questions are, that may be the thing he doesn't want to address out of all of this. I don't know, I'm just saying, that video sparked way more questions than it provided answers.
I don't know if you were ever picked on in high school. I was. There is a guy that I'm going to name him because I just feel I'm so angry to this point. His name is Kenny Picard. He was a linebacker on our football team, and I'll never forget. He was walking up the steps to sixth period class, and he turned around and just punched me, and I just fell back, right? He was a football player, big bully type guy. When I saw Mark Sanchez in that alley circling like a shark circling his prey, to me that spoke of a guy like Kenny Picard who was always looking for a fight. I mean, here's a guy, he walked up and down West Washington Street, west toward the pub and back east, or east toward the pub, then back west, knowing it was closed, and then went back to the alley, looked over his shoulder, and you could see on the camera he's looking at the bay where Perry Toll is unloading grease.
Yeah, the story behind this is going to be fascinating, and that's where, depending on what they are worried about coming out, he does look like he, or appears, and obviously, look, it's security, footage, et cetera, it's black and white, et cetera, but it does look like he's zoning in on this guy, not just like there was some switch that got flipped, but like he appears very shark-like about this dude.
I also want to go back to the prior involvements or biases. So if you look up Perry Toll in my case, there's a mortgage foreclosure case that he had, and the judgment was for $158,000. Bank of America secured that judgment against him and a person I believe was his wife. I wonder if there's, and we're just kind of spitballing here, but I wonder if there's some part of this judge, Prince Harrison, who recused herself because she believes that she may not be able to deliver a fair verdict in the case, because Perry Toll actually has a couple of cases against him. One's a mortgage case, a foreclosure case, and the other one had something to do with his truck in 2013. So, I mean, there's all types of speculation about why he filed the suit against Fox. Who knows? But I know if Mark Sanchez punched me or assaulted me, I'm suing him.
Okay, now you mentioned that lawsuit. In regards to Sanchez, he's got some legal bills that are most likely stacking up. He's got the criminal case, the civil case, and possibly an employment case. Everybody is still listing him as a Fox analyst. Is there any word on that, his employment, and when do you think Fox will make a decision?
I don't think they can make a decision until after this case is closed, because I know when in 2015, when I had to check myself into rehab from a radio station I was working at, they wanted to fire me because I was a no-call, no-show on multiple occasions. And I remember the news director coming up to me and saying, it's only a matter of time before we get to fire you because we know you're going to go back out. We know you weren't taking treatment seriously. So Fox has yanked Sanchez off of all broadcasts for now while the court case goes on. But there's no way that he ever appears on Fox again. I would imagine.
But they can't terminate him at this point.
They can't, because it's a case where he can turn around and sue them. Again, the addiction thing is a big play here.
Yet.
It's a big play here because it is against federal law to fire somebody that has an addiction if they have not accepted or if they've not been offered help. It is against it's an ADA thing.
So if I just say I'm addicted to hating rotten politicians.
No. If you were, we'll play a hypothetical, and I hate to drop your name like this, but if you were to come in here drunk and our boss said, you know what, you can't be on the air today, and you came in drunk again, and they sent you home, they said, if you don't get help, we're going to fire you. You know, if you refuse help, then they could fire you. But we don't know what Sanchez is going through, and that is a violation of ADA. I think if an employer were to fire somebody before the employee sought help for their problem.
So this extra time will work in his favor.
I still think, I said it with you and Ethan on the show, I still think the addiction is his core defense. Why else would you be in an alley assaulting a 69-year-old man?
Ryan Hedrick from the WIBC Newsroom. Where can people find you?
X on @SureToCover, and then TikTok at Sure to Cover #2, and then, of course, WIBC.com.
You're the best. Thanks, you.
Guys.
Casey, I watched a very interesting documentary last night. I'd like to talk about it when we come back.
Yeah, I want to hear about it. It is Kendall and Casey on 93 WIBC. Hey, it's Casey, and guess what? Hammer will be back on his own show. The Dude will be playing the part of Nigel. Join him starting at 3 on 93 WIBC.
Hi, this is Denny Smith, and it's time to get ready for spooky season by eliminating all of that spooky dirt, grime, and spills. Halloween brings out the best in people, but it also brings out some pretty scary crud from all the foot traffic. How about having Zero Res help you take on all of that with an unbelievable October special? Get 3 rooms Zero Resified starting at just $129 and 15% off dryer vent and air duct cleaning too. Now that's some serious savings on the carpet cleaning. And remember that your air ducts are where the really spooky stuff is. Yikes! The Zero Res service for your carpets, floors, dryer vents, or air ducts is easy to line up, and you can go online at ZeroResIndy.com to do the scheduling at your convenience. I love these folks, and don't forget the ZR Water difference. No soap, no residue, no harsh chemicals, leaving things really clean. Now mention WIBC and get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned starting at $129 plus 15% off dryer vent and air duct cleaning too. Call 317-388-5141 or book things online at ZeroResIndy.com.
At Life Church, we believe that the truth of the Word of God is for all ages and vital to their ability to thrive in our current culture.
Barna research shows a child's faith is often set by age 13. That's why we're passionate about reaching kids and teens with truth and love right now.
With safe spaces, committed volunteers, and a foundation built on God's Word, Life Church is here to help your whole family grow in Jesus.
Whether your kids are just starting out or learning to own their faith, we're ready to walk that journey with you.
Go to lifechurchin.com for service times and locations. Parents, you can do this. We will help you.
Of all the times to buy a new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, or Aviator. Plus get a $1,000 Tom Roush Trade Assist bonus. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
Subject to credit approval. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for complete offer details. Offer ends 10/31/2025.
At Advent, nasal congestion and sinus infections can be solved with an in-office 20-minute procedure. Elsewhere, expect surgery.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
eBay has reinvented vehicle buying. From click to curb, everything's covered. Ever try to buy a car online and end up in a parking lot with a stranger and some blind trust? That era is over. Now with Secure Purchase, eBay isn't just where you find your car. It's where you buy it, start to finish. Title, financing, registration, delivery, it's all built in. This is the modern way to buy your next ride on eBay. eBay. Things people love. Secure Purchase is powered by Caramel Dealer Services, LLC, an eBay subsidiary.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
Hey, this is Malia. We often get asked when is the best time to buy, and the answer is today, not tomorrow. With rising utility costs, rising product costs, and missed opportunity costs, which you could be saving with a high-efficiency system. Give us a call today to schedule your free in-depth estimate, 317-577-8077.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Want to be part of the conversation without waiting on hold?
We're sorry. All of our representatives are still assisting other customers.
Join the Text Club. Direct access to your favorite WIBC show. Text WIBC to 317-239-9393.
So I watched an interesting documentary last night, Casey.
Yeah. You actually took time?
Well,
sat down?
Well, okay.
All in one segment?
It's Kendall and Casey show. I'm Rob. That's Casey. So here's what happened. So daycare is closed this week.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time the tyrant finally went to bed, she had done immense damage to my homestead. So I'm like, all right, it's going to take me.
I really thought you were going to say she had done immense damage to my mental health.
Well, that too. I mean, I try to be home by, 12:30 or 1, and then, it's basically like 7 hours of, operating the daddy daycare service. But, she goes to bed, and I'm like, all right, I got to pick this house up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it's going to take me an hour to pick this house up, so I might as well have something going on in the background. So I'd been hearing about this new documentary Amazon has on John Candy, and it's called I Like Me.
Yeah.
Colin Hanks, who is Tom Hanks' son, is the director of this documentary. And it's fascinating because there are so many famous people who are still living and actively, currently participated in this documentary from the entire span of John Candy's life. It was Bill Murray, it was Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara, Macaulay Culkin, Dan Aykroyd,
Mel Brooks.
Yeah, I mean, just
Steve Martin, Bill Murray.
Yeah, what's the funny guy? Martin Short. All of these people, are in this documentary, and that is predominantly the documentary. It's not so much about, well, tell us about this movie or tell us about that movie. Right. They're talking about, and there is some stuff with the movies and the Second City television, all that stuff. But they're primarily talking about him as a person and what he was like. And what was fascinating about this documentary, and it's sort of this reoccurring theme at all stages of his life, and John Candy obviously passed away very young. He was, I think, 44 years old.
43.
43.
Passed away from a heart attack.
Yeah.
In 1994.
So his father passed away when he was very young. I think he was 5 years old. I think on his 5th birthday, his father had a massive heart attack and passed away. And then it sort of from that moment forward, John Candy basically got in his mind, I'm going to die very young. And then it just manifested itself into this chaotic, sort of tortured personal existence that no matter what achievements he had professionally,
wasn't good enough.
And he was, by all accounts, a phenomenal husband and father, but his personal life outside and away from that was so chaotic. And every time somebody would try to help him, whether it was his weight or his addiction to alcohol, etc., he would become annoyed and would, at one point, one of the guests on the documentary said he would just remove any person who would try to help him from his Rolodex. You're out of here. I don't want to hear that I'm fat. I don't want to hear that I have a problem with this. And it was fascinating to me to hear, and Ryan Hedrick, we should have just kept him for this segment. He would have been great for this, about a guy who has so much talent and has so many things working for him professionally and personally, and yet he's so internally tortured that he refused to allow himself to enjoy it. And he really, in many ways, created his own demise by believing he was going to have demise at a young age.
It's almost a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Right, totally. I mean, the documentary was so well done, and it was everybody should watch it. Look, John Candy is the Mount Rushmore of funny people. He's totally up there with John Belushi and Chris Farley. And you talk about a guy, what's so sad about this, and this was the people you talk to about who talk about Chris Farley, who knew him, you hear the same thing. Right. And John Belushi, the same thing. Phenomenally nice human beings, great people who loved their family and their wives and the people that they were around and the people that they considered their family. And yet they had these addictions and these sort of tortured souls where they just couldn't ever really enjoy it, and they couldn't stop and see what they were doing to themselves, and they brought about their end at a very young age.
It's almost like he was convinced it was going to happen, so why bother to change it anyway?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. But I wanted to touch on that because that was, you're kind of casually listening to it, and then it's good enough for you doing the thing where...
Did you sit down and actually enjoy it?
So then I was up cleaning till like 12:30 at night.
Put off the cleaning because the doc was good.
It's like, this house is still a mess. I've accomplished nothing.
But you got to see this good documentary. It's called John Candy, I Like Me, and it's available for free on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, so everybody totally watch it. Totally worth it. What are we doing next?
Hey, guess what?
What?
Troops are getting paid.
Oh, great.
Do you know by who?
Us?
Maybe, maybe not.
Oh, you don't know either.
No, I do know.
Oh.
I know what Donald Trump said.
Oh, you're being deliberately vague.
Yes, I am.
You're vague booking me.
It's teasing.
Oh.
It's called a tease. You're listening to Kendall and Casey. It's 93 WIBC.
Picture this. Your career ends, your paycheck stops. Suddenly you're conducting your retirement with no sheet music. Don't let that happen. I'm Jason Hutchins, and after years of guiding Hoosier families through retirement planning, I put together some of the most important lessons into one simple, easy-to-read book, Orchestrate Your Retirement, a guide to composing a financially tuned plan. Get a copy mailed to you at no cost. Call 317-660-0929. That's 317-660-0929. This book is packed with real-world stories and strategies on income, Social Security, taxes, and how to protect what you've worked so hard to build. Call Guardian Wells Financial at 317-660-0929. That's 660-0929 and ask for your copy. No pressure, no strings attached. Supplies are limited, so when they're gone, they're gone. Orchestrate your retirement. The rhythm of your future starts here.
Investment advisory services offered through Creative One Wealth LLC, a registered investment advisor. Guardian Wells Financial is not affiliated with Creative One Wealth or with any government agency. Licensed insurance professionals.
Pat Sullivan here with a weather update. It's October, and we still have no clue if your AC should be blasting or your furnace needs to start kicking. Better have both prepared with a $49 AC unit and furnace maintenance from Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Is it sweater weather or tank top weather? Nobody knows. But we do know that you can ensure total comfort inside your home for only $49. Call my friends at Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today.
Fall is in full swing at Wilson Farm Market. Bright mums, pumpkins, and gourds are waiting to bring color to your porch and table. Enjoy a fresh apple cider slush or Wilson's famous peach cider slush. The taste of fall in every sip. Inside, the ovens are busy with breads, pies, and treats you'll smell the moment you walk in. Hungry yet? Grab some crispy fried chicken or stop by the deli, salad bar, and cheese counter for easy meals to take home. Wilson Farm Market, right off US 31, just north of Westfield. Your fall favorites all in one stop.
Enough is enough. Governor Braun said he would listen to Hoosiers and stand up to Washington's plans to rig our maps. But now, those Washington insiders are coming to Indiana to finish the job. Unless we can stop them, we want our votes to count, our voices to be heard, and for lawmakers and Governor Braun to focus on issues that matter to us. Utility bills, inflation, taxes. Keep standing strong against redistricting at playfairindiana.com. Paid for by Indiana Conservation Voters.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Football season's back, so it's time for our annual Sit, Sleep, and Eat sale. Lowest prices of the year on all Lazy Boy, Flex Steel, and Smith Brothers. Save up to $800 on mattresses by Sealy, Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and King Coil. And save up to $400 on the Big Green Egg. Free delivery, interest-free financing. Sale ends Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Through their service, veterans have our backs. Now we should have theirs. Learn more at gotyoursix.org.
In 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers studios, what White House Border Czar Tom Homan is asking of the Indiana legislature in their next session, an update in the case of Johnson County Coroner Mike Pruitt, and how state Republicans view a recently signed agriculture deal with Taiwan. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 10 o'clock.
A state of emergency in California. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
The 10 million people who live here in LA County are waking up to news this morning that their tax dollars may soon be going to help illegal immigrants and their families.
After the Board of Supervisors voted to declare that emergency over the Trump administration crackdown, and Fox's Bill Maluchin also reports
that emergency declaration will give LA County the power to provide taxpayer-funded rent relief, legal services, and other assistance to those the county says have been affected by recent ICE raids.
An ICE statement says those Los Angeles supervisors are giving a middle finger to the law as anti-ICE protests continue in the Chicago area with law enforcement versus protesters. Homeland Security says there's credible intelligence. Criminal organizations in Mexico keep offering bounties for street gangs to target federal agents. One alleged gang member is already charged with offering money for someone to kill Border Patrol Chief Greg Bovino, who tells Fox.
We have criminals ramming vehicles, criminals bringing guns to protests. This is not regular street crime here in Chicago.
Israel's ratcheting up the pressure on Hamas to release the rest of the dead hostages it agreed to in the ceasefire in Gaza. First, it only handed over the remains of 4 and then more.
4 bodies returned, but only 3 of them were Israeli hostages.
The Israeli military says forensic examination of the fourth does not show a match to anyone they were expecting. The news will add to tensions as families await the return of 21 deceased loved ones. The first phase of President Donald Trump's peace plan had a deadline for Hamas to return all hostages, living and dead, by noon local time on Monday.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. There's also a new ceasefire between Pakistan and Afghanistan, but it's only a 48-hour pause to days of fighting along the border that's killed dozens of people. The Supreme Court will take up a voting rights case this morning, considering for a second time congressional redistricting in Louisiana, and if the map's drawn, racially discriminated illegally. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What he's wanting Indiana lawmakers to do. Right now, cloudy, 64 in downtown Indy. It'll get up to 74 today for a high, with skies staying mostly cloudy all afternoon. I'm Jarrett Lewis. This report is brought to you by Gutter Helmet. It's 10:02. President Trump's border czar Tom Homan in Indianapolis Tuesday telling lawmakers the federal government needs Indiana's help with deportation efforts in order to remove the most serious offenders.
Last time I looked at the data, right around 70% of everybody ICE arrests is a criminal, either a criminal conviction or pending criminal charges, which means we found them in the jail. Who are the other 30%? Many of them are final orders deportation. They had due process at great taxpayer expense.
Holman spoke at an event in the House chamber where Attorney General Todd Rokita and Governor Mike Braun also spoke and called on lawmakers to back a broad immigration enforcement bill in January. Johnson County Coroner Mike Pruitt is out of jail after posting his $3,000 bond. He turned himself in to police Tuesday morning as he's facing 14 misdemeanor charges relating to inappropriate activity he had with more than one teenage girl.
This is with cooperation through his attorney. This is also in regard to an investigation that was initiated by the Indiana State Police.
State Police Sergeant Kevin Getz says Pruitt was transferred to the Brown County Jail for safety reasons. With the signing of 2 letters of intent with both the Indiana Corn Marketing Council and the Indiana Soybean Alliance late last month, Taiwan is committing to buy more than $6 billion worth of corn and soybeans from the U.S. between 2026 and 2029.
Taiwan's commitment to purchasing Indiana-grown corn and soybeans strengthens a reliable partnership while ensuring our farmers have stable markets for the crops that they work so tirelessly to produce.
State Representative Bo Baird of Greencastle believes this deal will benefit Hoosier farmers and the state's economy overall. Colts offensive coordinator Jim Bob Cooter calling running back Jonathan Taylor the consummate professional.
As we go through, installing each weekly game plan against each weekly opponent, taking those notes, asking those questions, getting his reps, whether it's walkthrough or practice, and really trying to make the most of those things to prepare himself for game day so he can just go play.
The Colts have won 2 in a row since their loss to the Rams. They're back in L.A. to take on the Chargers this coming Sunday. And the Indiana Pacers are wrapping up the preseason Friday night. They're visiting the Spurs in San Antonio after having played them in Indy on Monday. The regular season will begin next Thursday night when the Pacers host the Oklahoma City Thunder in a finals rematch. I'm Jarrett Lewis on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Kendall and Casey back in 1 minute.
Pat Sullivan here. I've got a fall lifesaver for you, Gutter Helmet. You know what fall means in Indiana? Leaves, piles of them. And if you've got gutters, you've got a problem, unless you've got Gutter Helmet like I do. I haven't cleaned my gutters in years. Why? Because Gutter Helmet does the dirty work for me. This isn't just a cover. It's a patented system that allows water to flow through while the debris slides off, and your gutters stay clear. No more ladders, no more scooping out soggy gunk. Just peace of mind. Thousands of Central Indiana homeowners have already made the switch. Gutter Helmet has been America's #1 choice for gutter protection since 1981. And it's been protecting my home every time it rains. And right now, they're offering a 15% discount plus 12 months no-interest financing. But don't wait. This deal ends October 31st. Call 800-5HELMET for your free no-pressure estimate. That's 800-5HELMET or visit gutterhelmetindy.com and never clean your gutters again.
You're listening to Rob Kendall.
When we talk about sending money somewhere, we're talking about printing the money because we have no money.
And Casey Daniels.
My government would never lie to me, would they?
On 93 WIBC.
Okay, I feel like we've played this scene out before, Casey.
You think so? So troops, they're seeing money in their accounts. It started yesterday. The Department of Defense, they redirected $8 billion from research and development to cover the cost of the troops' paychecks during the government shutdown, which is in day 15, by the way, in case you're counting.
Okay, and that's its own thing.
That's its own separate thing. Yeah.
Which, whatever, either we're shut down or we're not. But I guess if you can just pay some people, that's fine. Whatever, right? Like
they're moving money. Military paydays are officially on the 1st and the 15th of each month.
The bigger concern for me is Trump got asked, like, what if this goes on in perpetuity? And then he's like, don't worry, I got it covered.
Right. He was asked the question, and he said he's got a guy.
You have the money to pay the troops on October 15th. Okay. How is
I actually have a man who is a very wealthy person. You'll know that when I tell you this. Who called a donor, a great gentleman, and he said, if there's any money necessary, shortfall, for the paying of the troops, then I will pay it, meaning he will pay it. How about that?
So wait, so some anonymous guy...
A private donor.
He didn't say the name.
Correct.
Is going to give money to the government and doesn't want anything in return? Haven't we done this before?
That's the question, right?
Haven't we been here, for the past, 7 or 8 months on this program with this exact issue when the Indiana Secretary of State Diego Morales disappeared to India for 10 days, won't tell anybody exactly what he did there, and won't tell anybody who paid for it. And then when he got pressed, he said, well, some local merchant paid for it. Really, who? Well, I don't want to say their name because they'd get protested. No, I don't think that would happen. No, I don't want to say their name. I don't want to say their name. I paid for the trip. I paid for India.
Right.
Like, it's this. No, I'm not down with this at all. If somebody wants to give the government money, I want to know exactly who it is because I want to know what deals they've got with the government.
Right.
Because I don't believe for a second whether it's paying for some clown to go to India for 10 days or for paying for the troops that somebody's doing something out of the goodness of their heart.
Right.
Prove it to me.
And doesn't that concern you just a little bit that there's some private citizen out there who's got this money to bankroll the military? And what if he says, you know what, I want something done over here. Go make the military do this. And then all of a sudden, your commander-in-chief is no longer the one doing the commanding.
Yeah, if you're gonna take this money, if you're going to pay for something, I want to know exactly what's going on. I want to know exactly what your ties to the administration are. I want to know what contracts you have with the government. Because think about the amount of money you're talking about to quote-unquote pay the troops, Casey. We're not talking about here's $20.
Right. No, you're talking about more like $100 billion.
Yeah. So I mean, who's doing that? And I don't believe for a second there's somebody that's that patriotic that they would just part with $100 bill out of the goodness of their heart anonymously.
Well, now he was saying that he would make up the difference if there wasn't enough. But what is the difference? You know, like if are they going to move more money from research and development? Because at this point, Congress hasn't passed any standalone bill that guarantees their future pay for service members. So there's some uncertainty about the next scheduled payday, which is coming up November 1st. Will the government still be shut down in 2 more weeks?
Well, and to me, this is, again, this whole shutdown is why people hate the government. Let's again review what the shutdown is all about. The Republicans, who campaigned for years against Joe Biden, are now painting themselves as the good guys for, despite being in complete control of the government for 9 months, passing Biden's spending levels. That's their default, is we're the good guys here because we're passing Biden's spending levels after running against Biden for 4 years. And then the Democrats, who time after time after time approved Biden spending levels, now are like, no, that doesn't work for us. That's not good enough. That's your government now. This is why people don't engage. This is why people don't run for public office. This is why people don't take an interest. This is why voters are apathetic. This is why voter participation is so low. They see this and go, you all are frauds and liars. Pox on both your houses.
Now, these federal employees that are starting to get riffed, if nothing is noticeable with their absence. Should they come back? Doesn't that just prove the point that the federal government is bloated? You've got Marlon Stutzman, representative from Indiana. He's blaming the Democrats for all of the delay. He said they're playing political games, and he accused the Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer of stalling for political reasons.
No kidding. That's what these people do. That's all you do is stuff for political reasons. Every single one of you on both sides of the aisle. That's what you do. You do things for political reasons. What, you think Chuck Schumer, this is what I love about the Republicans here with this. They act like they're all offended that Chuck Schumer hasn't just rolled over and done whatever they wanted to do, as though they're surprised that this is happening. What? You mean the leader of the Democrats isn't just going, well, this Republican budget is great. We should totally all vote for it. It wouldn't matter if you'd given him everything he wanted. He has to show he's a fighter. He was going to do this regardless, which is why you should have given him nothing.
And now you have the Speaker of the House who's holding a daily press conference. Have you seen these? Every day, every morning.
Who's watching that? What is he saying? They're not holding any votes.
Correct.
So what is there to talk about?
It's just more political games, Rob. That's what it is. There's a new Rasmussen poll out, and it says that most American voters support Trump's use of the National Guard to protect ICE facilities. 52%.
Yeah, look, this is a reoccurring theme. One of the things the Trump administration has done very well and the public supports is their stance on immigration and getting illegal immigration under control in this country. And this is a real losing battle for the Democrats when they showcase these lunatics who go protest ICE, interfere with ICE, etc. The American public, I think, is sympathetic to having people in this country who want to assimilate, who want to do things the right way. But they also believe we should know who's in our country. There should be an orderly process to come into this country. And they're going to support, as was a major reason they voted for Trump in the election, they're going to support policies that align with the idea of we have the right to know who's coming in. We have the right to enforce our laws. And if you're going to come here, there's a process to do that.
So in this poll, 56% of voters believe that judges are engaging in legal insurrection, meaning that they feel like the judges are making unlawful or unconstitutional rulings.
Well, it's total. Well, of course, but this is the problem. The Supreme Court. Look, the Supreme Court is ultimately going to have to do something about this. They tried earlier this year when they ruled against these judges being able to pass these nationwide injunctions. However, and they warned these judges at the time because they left a way around it with these class action lawsuits. And they basically told the judges at the time, we're going to leave this in place for now, but how you proceed with this power that is still afforded to you will decide how much we're going to tolerate going forward. And you have seen on multiple occasions now, these judges approve these class action lawsuits as a way to get around the nationwide injunction bans. Look, you just have partisans in robes now, and that's the Democrats have recognized they can find a sympathetic judge, whether it's California, New York, or wherever, and then they get this thing on the table. And once you get some total partisan hack to side with you and get it on the table, then it's game on and it's got to go through the court system. And that's their play now. That's what they're doing.
So Trump has ordered the National Guard to protect the ICE facilities in Los Angeles, Chicago, Memphis, D.C., and Portland. And it's just part of a broader effort to curb some of the violence and protect the immigration enforcement agencies that are just trying to do what they've been ordered to do.
All right, let's take a break. What are we doing next?
Well, you know what? We've got to talk about this study. It did a deep dive on the refs. Are they favoring the Chiefs in some of the biggest games?
Oh, totally. They're favoring the Chiefs in every game
Somebody
ever.
did some research on it, Rob.
Oh, God. And I've got to get a final pick from you on this
Notre
Dame game.
Yeah, because there's now this conversation that Penn State is looking at Marcus Freeman. No! Marcus Freeman from Notre Dame. We'll talk about that coming up. It's 93 WIBC.
Tony Katz.
There's a real truth here that is very uncomfortable for a lot of people. Gen Z is not hooking up. And you're missing out on experiences. You're missing out on connections. I don't know why it isn't important, but being afraid of the experience is a real problem for the soul. Well, how do you find people? How do you create? To quote Avenue Q, there is life outside your apartment.
Tony Katz, mornings 6 to 9 on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Your home is your sanctuary. Get the peace of mind you deserve with a free estimate on a Generac automatic standby generator for your home from Generator Supercenter, the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer. With expert installation and 24-hour monitoring, Generator Supercenter won't leave you in the dark. Financing is available. Take control of your power today with Generator Supercenter. Call 317-827-0808. Generator Supercenter of Indianapolis, 317-827-0808.
Hi, I'm Becca, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As an in-house designer, I can't wait for you to see our incredible selection of stylish and stackable rings. If you're shopping for your wedding bands, we have high-quality designs for every style and budget, from romantic to modern. If you're looking to add to a stack, your options are endless. Discover styles with clusters of gemstones, sleek all-metal designs, updated cigar bands, and signet rings perfect for an engraving. Because a friend knows you like options. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
So, where's the lake?
Not here.
But it says Great Lakes Honda of Fishers.
Right. I just don't see a lake.
Well, who needs a lake when you can lease a 2026 HR-VLX all-wheel drive for $309 a month and 0 down?
That definitely won't soak our bank account.
Oh, it's the old Honda of Fishers.
Great Lakes, great people, great cars.
But no actual lake. Visit our showroom off State Road 37 today. Tax and title fees not included with approved credit through Honda Financial. In-stock new Hondas only. 10,000 miles a year. Not combinable with other offers. Loyalty or conquest rebates may apply. Offer ends October 31st. See dealer for details.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Transform your backyard this fall with Indie Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor furniture set with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry, offer ends November 1st. Visit IndieDecorativeConcrete.com for details.
So, somebody's finally putting a study to what people have known for years.
Yes.
Which is that the NFL is totally rigged in favor of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes. University of Texas at El Paso did a study, and it suggests that, yes, the Kansas City Chiefs have received favorable officiating during the Patrick Mahomes era, especially in big games.
No kidding.
They analyzed over 13,000 NFL penalty calls from 2015 to 23 and found that postseason officiating favors the Chiefs.
It's every game. It's so brazen. Like, they're not even good at hiding it. See that game, just the last game they played. The Lions opening drive, they get a touchdown, miracle play. You know, they throw the pass to the quarterback. He bobbles it, catches it, runs in. He's in the end zone celebrating, and then all of a sudden, oh, here comes the flag. There's like a conversation. It's like a meeting of parliament takes place. And then all of a sudden, and you just know, as soon as the conversation starts, you're sitting there going, they're going to find a way to take this touchdown away from the Lions. And they throw the flag, and they're what they called an illegal procedure penalty. You can't discuss that after the fact, but they're like, well, it's the Chiefs. We sure can. Here's the flag. Eat it, America.
So also in a recent Sunday Night Football game, there was a potentially incomplete catch by Kelsey. It wasn't reviewed. The Chiefs rushed to the line to avoid having the replay reviewed. And so that raised some questions as well about the game management and fairness. And they're saying that according to this study, there is real data that shows evidence that they're getting extra help from the refs, especially in high-stakes games.
Yeah, it's called my eyes. I see it every week. I didn't even need the study. I hate watching the Kansas City Chiefs because the one where they really get people is anytime someone even gets close to breathing on Mahomes. Oh, roughing the passer. He didn't even tackle him. Roughing the passer. He looked at him wrong. Yeah, I hate watching games with the Kansas City Chiefs because it happens every damn week, Casey.
Okay, so they're also saying that because of this, you know, there is some financial incentive and media influence that goes along with this, like high-profile teams like the Chiefs, they benefit because they boost ratings and revenue for all of the NFL. So maybe this is being done intentionally.
Well, isn't it wild? I'm not a conspiracy person, but you have the face of the league on the Chiefs, the most famous coach in the league on the Chiefs, the most famous, maybe de facto player in football now because he's marrying Taylor Swift on the Chiefs.
Yep.
And boy, wouldn't you know, the Chiefs get all the calls.
Right, because you've got that game. It was in 2023. Taylor Swift was there, and it drew 24 million viewers, which is well above the average. And they're saying, the study says, we've got data. It is, these subjective calls are going 28% of the time more often in Chiefs' favor. You've got all of these eyeballs. You've got the whole Taylor Swift thing. So maybe it's to our advantage to keep this rolling.
It's called eyes. I have them. I see it happen every single week. Hey, let's get to something important.
Oh, okay.
Do you have a final? Now, you're on a roll with Notre Dame.
That's
You're
right.
2 for 2.
That's right.
On the Degenerates Next Door Sports Betting Podcast picks. The spread now, so Notre Dame is playing USC this weekend. That's a huge rivalry game.
Yes.
The spread is ballooned to a whopping 9.5 points. Notre Dame is a 9.5-point favorite.
Yeah.
The over-under, which means the total points scored in the game, is 61.5. We have to go record the podcast as soon as we get done with the show.
So
here.
you want to know what you're going to say?
Yeah. What do you want? What do you want? You're on the Notre Dame heater. You never walk away from the table when somebody's on a roll. So you get the pick this week. What are you doing? Are you taking over/under 61.5, or are you taking Notre Dame laying or USC getting 9.5 points?
We're going to take the over.
You're going over 61.5 total points scored in the game. It's a big number.
Yeah, it is a big number. It's a lot of points they got to score. But and I think Notre Dame is going to win. But regardless of who wins, we take the over. We're getting money.
Okay, very good. Over. So you need like 35-28 would get us there. 35-31 would get us there. 32-31 would get us there. We need some points. Saturday night.
High scoring game. Let's go.
Bingo. All right.
Yeah.
We're in.
It is risky, these rivalry games. You never know. But as long as we just go with the points and over, we're good.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
And we are in first place. I am in first place on the college football
By the way,
show.
I think you owe me money. Don't you? Or are you going to pay out at the end of the season?
Well, do you want your $1? So what I told Casey is I would bet $3. Casey would get $1. Would you like me to physically pull out my wallet and hand you?
Do you actually have $1?
I have one United States dollar.
One.
Yeah.
United
Here's the thing. You lost your other bet, though. You took IU.
I know. I was wrong. I admitted it. I was wrong, but I'm very happy for them.
Do you want me to keep a tab of your Notre Dame bets?
Yeah,
okay.
And then you can just pay me out at the end of the season.
Well, I owe you $1 right now.
It's fantastic. Pay up, buddy. So Fox News has joined the list of networks, including ABC, CBS, NBC, CNN, that are not signing the agreement laid out before them by Pete Hegseth. They're rejecting the new Pentagon rules for journalists. They have called it unprecedented and a threat to journalistic protections.
Okay, so the Pentagon wants these news outlets to play by a new set of rules. And look, pick your favorite news outlet, The Hill, Politico, whatever. They've all written at length about this. And thus far, barring some sort of update that's happened here recently, I think every news agency but one has refused to sign.
Yeah, it was One America News Network has agreed to follow the rules.
And basically it is it basically stymies, in order to get to be a part of press conferences, etc., information that you are allowed to put out if it comes into your possession, even if it's not classified information.
Right.
And that's the big thing. If you get something they don't want you to have, if it's handed to you by a leaker or whatever, you then are agreeing we will not publish this information, and rightfully so. The networks are like, we just won't participate. Goodbye.
Right.
Thank you. Have a nice life.
Right. So the Pentagon is defending the policy. They're saying it's common sense media procedures. They're asking all of the outlets to sign or acknowledge the rules. And if they don't play by what the Pentagon says, they'll be banned or they'll have their reporting privileges removed.
Yeah, the law says, quote, this according to Hill, if you solicit the disclosure of such information or otherwise encourage Defense Department personnel to violate laws and policies concerning the disclosure of such information, conduct may weigh in the consideration of whether you pose a security or safety risk.
Mm-hmm. Here is the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, talking to Donald Trump about the Pentagon's press policies.
Well, I very much appreciate the question because it was interesting to watch. We had a chance to go along on the historic trip of Middle East peace, which our generation of veterans never dreamed would be possible. So you would think that the Pentagon press corps, of all press corps, would be front and center across the board on wanting to give credit to the president for forging this kind of peace, and instead what they want to talk about is a policy about them, which simply says maybe the policy should look like the White House or other military installations where you have to wear a badge that identifies that you're press, or you can't just roam anywhere you want. It used to be, Mr. President, the press could go anywhere, pretty much anywhere in the Pentagon, the most classified area in the world. Or also that if they sign on to the credentialing, they're not going to try to get soldiers to break the law by giving them classified information. So it's common sense stuff, Mr. President. We're trying to make sure national security is respected, and we're proud of the policy.
He seems to be exaggerating just a bit, saying that the press could go anywhere in the Pentagon. Really? Are they going into SCIFs? Are they allowed in there?
I don't think so.
Hegseth, he said that they must agree to these rules by yesterday or they're going to be evicted from the Pentagon starting today.
This is not going to fly. It's not going to work, and it's not going to last. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, Jim Merritt will be with us. We'll talk about the polling out about redistricting that is just horrible for the Republicans. Also polling out that's horrible for Mike Braun. Lots of horrible polling.
You're listening to Kendall and Casey on 93 WIBC.
When people think sleep apnea, they think CPAP. Now at Advent, we do all we can to help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine. And most sleep apnea sufferers who come to Advent are going to be able to avoid a CPAP altogether. Our unique Advent approach using simple in-office solutions can get your nose working and throat open all under one roof. You see, the root of every snoring and obstructive sleep apnea problem lies within the throat, nose, or both. At Advent, we know when we get the nose and throat working properly, most snoring and sleep apnea problems will subside. And we have the most simple and convenient, ultra-effective in-office solutions that can do just that. And this is why people have traveled by planes, trains, and automobiles from corners of the world you would never think of to find the sleep apnea and snoring relief you won't find elsewhere.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
Transform your home with Galaxy Concrete Coatings. You can say goodbye to cracked, stained, and dirty old floors and hello to durable, stunning surfaces that last. Their cutting-edge technology ensures a beautiful finish every time, and you get to pick out the color. Upgrade your home today by calling Galaxy Concrete Coatings. They're for garage floors, driveways, pool decks, and patios. And they come with a lifetime warranty and one-day professional installation. The phone number, 877-417-0635. You can find them online, too. GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com.
Custom jewelry is not out of reach with PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. At PA Jewelers, you can customize any piece of jewelry for that special someone. PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse in Brownsburg. Gold, diamonds, gemstones, and of course those watches from Flederman Von Riest, assembled right here in Indiana. Custom designed jewelry with PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. Custom jewelry made just for you. PA Jewelers, 3750 South Green Street in Brownsburg. 317-456-4010. PAJewelers.jewelry.
Simple Quarters has helped over 3,000 families sell their homes in Indiana.
And it's really important to me, too, why we're getting to do this, is that you get to go be with Bay.
I get to go be with my husband. Simple Quarters was the best option for me because I ended up connecting with Ronnie on a personal level. There was no BS involved. It was simply straightforward, to the point, honesty. And that is what made me go with Simple Quarters.
Call Simple Quarters 317-900-HOME.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Temporarily closed for more than 2 weeks now. Cloudy, 64 in the Circle City, 73 is the high for today. I'm Jarrett Lewis. Here's what's trending at 10:30. It's day 15 of the government shutdown as Republicans and Democrats continue to stand their ground.
Today, we were supposed to see military members get their paychecks. We'll see what happens. The White House directed the Pentagon to use already appropriated funds for research and development to pay their military personnel, but some are wondering if that's even legal. Senate Majority Leader John Thune is going to try something different tomorrow. He's going to try to put a vote on the floor on a defense appropriations bill. Meanwhile, President Trump says Republicans will use this shutdown to close, quote, semi-communist programs that they oppose.
Fox's Aisha Hasni with the latest. Democrats continue to push for an extension of expiring Affordable Care Act subsidies alongside a funding bill. Leaders in Los Angeles County are declaring a local state of emergency in response to ICE raids. The LA Board of Supervisors voted to approve an immigration emergency declaration. LA is home to more than 10 million people and one of the largest immigrant populations in the country. Congressional Democrats are pressuring House Speaker Mike Johnson to swear in Arizona Democratic Congresswoman-elect Adelita Grijalva. The Congresswoman-elect won a special election last month to succeed her late father. The House Speaker says the House will swear her in once the government shutdown ends. And one of Detroit's big three automakers is committing to a massive multi-billion-dollar investment. Stellantis plans to invest $13 billion in its U.S. operations over the next 4 years. The expansion will create over 5,000 new jobs across Illinois, Ohio, Michigan, and Indiana. I'm Jarrett Lewis on The Level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Fall is in full swing at Wilson Farm Market. Bright mums, pumpkins, and gourds are waiting to bring color to your porch and table. Enjoy a fresh apple cider slush or Wilson's famous peach cider slush. The taste of fall in every sip. Inside, the ovens are busy with breads, pies, and treats you'll smell the moment you walk in. Hungry yet? Grab some crispy fried chicken or stop by the deli, salad bar, and cheese counter for easy meals to take home. Wilson Farm Market, right off US 31, just north of Westfield. Your fall favorites all in one stop.
Help DEA keep our community safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, October 25th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEATakeback.com.
eBay has reinvented vehicle buying. From click to curb, everything's covered. Ever try to buy a car online and end up in a parking lot with a stranger and some blind trust? That era is over. Now with Secure Purchase, eBay isn't just where you find your car. It's where you buy it, start to finish. Title, financing, registration, delivery, it's all built in. This is the modern way to buy your next ride on eBay. eBay. Things people love. Secure Purchase is powered by Caramel Dealer Services, LLC, an eBay subsidiary.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tamara and Nigel to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
She says, baby, if you want to be wild, you got a lot to learn. Close your eyes, let them know.
Well, the polling is bad for Republicans, but will it matter in the end? It's Kendall and Casey show. Rob Casey's here. Look who it is.
Robert.
30 years in the Indiana Senate, the great Jim Merritt. Hello.
Hello.
All right, so we spent a lot of time on this yesterday. We'll get back into it today. Multiple polls coming out on the same day, both of them showing the same thing, and that is that the public overwhelmingly is against redistricting, and yet your former friends over there in the Indiana Senate and House, they will not say we're done here.
Yeah, well, they're waffling. I wonder who pays for these polls. We didn't talk about that on State House Happenings.
Well, okay, so I know, so the two groups.
Because they're expensive.
Well, they are. 3D Strategic Research is one. The second group, North Star Opinion Research, now that's independent Indiana. We know because we had Nathan Gotch on yesterday who went, sort of did a deep dive on one of these polls. But they're all saying the same thing, which is the public, and we're, 4 or 5 months into this, just doesn't want the redistricting. They don't want it, and by big numbers.
Yeah. I said this on State House Happenings. I hope everybody listens to that. Coming soon.
Find that wherever you get your podcast.
Yes. Yes. And you release it on like Wednesday afternoon or so. That's right. Yeah. Yes. And we're also on Sunday morning.
Sunday mornings on WIBC.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, I don't know what's going on with these polls. I think that I said this on State House Happenings that
They should have done this in July or August. Pulled the Band-Aid off. It would have been, no one's paying attention during the summer. I'm not sure if anybody's paying attention now, but do it during the summer. I still think U.S. Representative Frank Mervan Jr., who is the sitting congressman in Northwest Indiana, Democrat, could survive even a new district because he's beloved. He's a great staff. He works the different groups, and he just has a great outreach in his congressional district. So they're going to have a Republicans. We will have to have a superstore in Northwest Indiana to beat Frank Mervan in 2026, regardless of the district. But I think the legislature will redistrict it. I think they will call a special session. They'll probably start it on Organization Day, which is the only day left in the year that they will meet, and they will do it very, very lickety split. They will do it very, very quickly. And
this is what,
and the courts take over then.
Well, I didn't mean to cut you off, but this is not going to be some legitimate thing. I think this is part of why people who know what's going on are against this. This is not going to be some legitimate thing where there's going to be hearings or they're going around the state like they do with all the other redistricting stuff. They're not even going to put any effort into this. Here's the map. Vote it up. Vote it down.
Well, this is why I'm negative on it, because they being the Indiana General Assembly, did an outstanding job in 2021 of redrawing the districts. And considering all the factors that you have to consider, and they had the data to back it up. There was no lawsuit against those 2021 seats in the legislature or Congress. And I've been through, 1991, 2001, 2011. I've seen it. I've seen it 3 different times, and I've seen parties being against what we did. But this time in 2021. They had the data, and no one challenged it. But now, the legislature will, I believe, the governor will call the special session. He wants to do it, and since he wants to do it, he should do it because it's his decision to do it alone. But it's not alone; it's with the legislature working with him on it. And the president wants it. The vice president wants it. Senator Jim Banks wants it. They've made 2 trips to Indiana to convince the federal government has lots of tools to help Indiana, and the legislature will respond.
So I want to touch on that real quick, and then we'll move off this, because this is it's very gross. Basically, what is being implied here is if you don't do what we want, this being coming from the Trump people, well, you're going to pay. Like, there's monies to be had, there's projects to be had, there's things to be approved, and it'd be a shame. I mean, they're basically turning into Paulie Walnuts on The Sopranos, where, Vance just showing up with those, wingtips, right? With the baseball bat. He's basically Al Capone at this point, and that's pathetic.
Yeah, but this is age-old. The federal government has always wielded a big tool at the states. The United States government, for instance, said, and I said this on State House Happenings, they wanted all the states to be at 0.08 blood alcohol content in a driving while intoxicated situation. We were at 0.10, and they threatened to withhold highway monies, federal highway monies, if we did not go to 0.08. And so this is a long time ago. So the federal government has always done this.
But that's not a political act, right? That's a policy act. I mean, whether you agree with it or not, they're not saying you need to rig your election maps to help get more of our guys elected. They went to every Democrat and Republican state in the union and said, hey, you got to do this. This is the new rule.
Agreed. I just was giving our audience an example of how the federal government wields a pretty big hammer. But in this case, it's all politics.
Jim Merritt is our guest. By the way, speaking of Jim Merritt, you're going to be my guest host tomorrow.
Yes.
So that should be riveting.
Yeah. Thanks. You look.
I didn't mean it like that.
Hey, I'm no Casey. Sorry. I look forward to it. I don't know about you, but I look forward to it.
Okay, so real quick, I did want to touch on, we got into this yesterday, those polls that came out, they polled about Braun. He stinks. He stinks in both polls. He's got a big problem.
Yes, and I've said this many times that governors really make their hay on budget sessions, and they just went through he just went through his first budget session, And now he has a coterie of executive orders. We know that Eric Holcomb had 70 executive orders to govern or rule Indiana during COVID. And I'm not sure that that the Governor Braun is going to reach that, but it's a long time towards 2027 when the next budget is written, and so the Governor Braun needs to get out into the grassroots. He needs to talk to mayors. He needs to see exactly what's going on with the average Hoosier in every corner of the state. He did this very well as a U.S. Senator. That's how you get your polling up.
It usually doesn't get better, though, right? You just like I mean, there's nothing he did this session that he can look to and go, well, just wait till that gets implemented. People are going to love that.
Well, on April 15th, they got a surprise forecast, and
which proved to be wrong.
Yes.
They raised here. Can I give you credit real quick?
Yeah.
I
Well,
know
of course.
you're very humble.
Yeah.
I know you
I
hate
won't take it, but I'll.
You said in the build up to the end of the session, you said, look, you have no idea what the economy is going to be. You're raising these taxes, $1 billion in new taxes on this supposed bad economy. Just wait till June, come back and call a special session, and then we'll see if it's still bad. Then you can do whatever you're going to do. Well, now they've already raised these taxes, and then Capital Chronicle reports yesterday, hey, $270 million ahead for the quarter. Well, do we get our tax increases back?
Yeah, and I did say that, and the government has to be nimble, and that's that's silly to even say, much less to expect. But
sort of what we say about Casey every day on the show. You got to be nimble, Casey.
April 15th. April 15th. The legislature, the governor should have sine-died. That meant adjourned session. Said we're going to come back in June when everything settles down, and maybe we won't have to cut so many heads in government. Maybe we won't have to raise taxes. If we have to, we can always do it then. But and then maybe have a budget session in the first part of 2026 and monitor it. It really takes kind of micromanaging of that budget because the economy comes up and it goes down, or goes up and comes down, and you just need to finesse it, nuance.
Jim, since we're flush with money, my question is, are they going to lower taxes now? Are we getting it back?
Well, right now, our friends in city government are really struggling with their budgets because
sure they are.
Senate Bill 1 has determined that they're going to have to cut everything out of city government, and it's very difficult to budget on the run when you're in municipal government.
All right, we'll save for how much Braun stinks. Well, I want to keep this conversation going, but we'll do it tomorrow because, Jim's going to be here tomorrow, Case.
He is? You are?
Yeah, I'm an inadequate replacement for you.
Are you filling in for me?
I am filling in for
show?
you. Yes.
Oh, my gosh, it's going to be such a good time for you.
All right.
Rob
Merritt.
doesn't think so.
Yes, he does.
Find him at Jim Merritt on Twitter, and there's Merritt in the morning. That's the podcast. Yes, we'll see you tomorrow, Jim.
Yep.
It is Kendall and Casey on 93 WIBC. Hey, it's Casey, and guess what? Hammer will be back on his own show. The Dude will be playing the part of Nigel. Join him starting at 3 on 93 WIBC.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling will pay you cash for your scrap metal. Raised demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling may seem familiar to you, and that's because they are. They're trusted local family-owned businesses going back 3 generations in Indy with their familiar orange logo and a name you know. But you may not know they'll pay you cash for your scrap metal. Cash is king. Your scrap aluminum, steel, copper, and brass will get you cash from Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Just drop it off, and you'll put cash in your pocket. Raised demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Local names you can trust with 2 locations.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Get cash for your scrap. Get started at farnsworthmetals.com.
It's the strongest hearts that remind us to cherish the moments. It's the grandmas who made us sit up straighter, the grandpas who showed us old records, and the parents who were embarrassingly loud at our games. It's those hearts that are anything but ordinary. caring for extraordinary hearts for decades, Franciscan Health knows heart care is more than just a name on a chart. It's somebody who shaped your whole life. Heal your heart today at franciscanhealth.org/heartcare.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. If you're living with a chronic condition like diabetes, chronic heart failure, or a cardiovascular disorder, you might count on extra support with your healthcare too. That's why United Healthcare offers chronic special needs plans with extra benefits and a large provider network to choose from. Visit uhc.com/Medicare to find out if you qualify today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Indiana can count on. Provider network may vary in local market.
Hey guys, it's Rob for our friend Mark Deedle. You know, Zillow ranks Indianapolis #2 among 2025's hottest markets. Home values have risen and are holding strong. Now is a great time to sell. Hire the team with proven systems to maximize your equity. Sell your home with Mark Deedle. Perhaps you're worried costly repairs or upgrades are going to be needed to sell your home. Mark Deedle guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. This is what Luke and Emma in Franklin had to say about working with Mark Deedle. We began building our new dream home, and we needed to sell our old place at a great price to pay for it. The Mark Deedle team made it easy with multiple offers in the first weekend and closed in 25 days at the price we wanted. Call the local Indianapolis agent I trust and recommend, and the agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. Call Mark Deedle 317-755-4232 for all the details, or go online to markdeedle.com. That's Mark, DIETEL.com.
Hey, Mr. C, it's me. Well, I just picked up the ring. I actually went to Hellsberg. Thanks for that recommendation. Kate's gonna love that hers is from the same jeweler you got Mrs. C's ring from. They were so helpful throughout the whole process. They even knew your family by name, and the ring looks great. Anyways, I just couldn't wait to let you guys know. Call me back and wish me luck.
Hellsberg, designed with care and craft since 1915. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report scams, and update your software. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your protection today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Of all the times to buy a new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, or Aviator. Plus get a $1,000 Tom Roush Trade Assist bonus. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
Subject to credit approval. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for complete offer details. Offer ends 10/31/2025.
Don't wait to hear it from someone else.
I says, oh, yeah? And she says, yeah, is right.
The WIBC Daily Newsletter brings you the headlines, videos, and moments everyone will be talking about next.
Hey, he's back.
Look who it is.
Hey, now.
Yay.
How are you guys?
Good. Did you have a good trip? We missed you.
How did the afternoon drive treat you, Miss Casey?
It was a lot of fun. If you and
It was
Nigel...
a dumpster fire. She quit in the middle of it and walked out.
I slammed down my headphones and said, never again.
That's Jason Hammer, by the way, of the
Hey,
Hammer and
now.
Nigel
Yeah,
show.
I feel like if you and Nigel do the rock version of a talk show, Jim and I did the top 40 version of a talk show.
Okay.
Light, tight, and bright.
Well, I get Jim today.
I know.
So I'm going to get every bit of dirt out of him on you as I possibly can.
I warned him of that.
I'm going to find out
already.
what turned you on, what turned you off. Are you taking open door dumps at home with the bathroom door open? We're going to get into all that this afternoon, Casey.
No,
all of it.
no.
Well, I'm so glad you're back. Welcome to the...
Got a podcast to do today?
That's right. Yes. I'm going to let Casey make the Notre Dame pick again because she's two weeks in a row. She's been right. Why would I do anything
You got to
else?
ride the lightning.
Yeah,
Do
absolutely.
you see what we're dealing with here? He doesn't read the template. He's not even making his own bets.
Well, I get the Notre Dame pick being deferred to you.
Yeah.
But now it's become like he's outsourcing everything, and he still wants his name to be on the marquee,
Right.
which is what I yelled at him for last week.
So I'm making the Ole Miss Georgia pick.
That's fine.
Which is the game of the week.
That's right. I'll do that. And I've got a Let's Get Nuts that I think you'll find is perfect. So
Look
I've
at you
done,
doing work all by yourself.
I've done some stuff.
Like a big boy.
Well, in fairness, I was ignoring Casey while we were on the air making my picks. So, I mean,
totally was.
It kind of evens out a little bit. Rob ignores you for 3 hours on the air, but he uses your picks on the podcast.
Right, exactly.
You are fired up about the Marion County GOP.
So I've been a little bit out of the loop, okay? I've been up there in God's country and, Jackson, Wyoming, and all those areas.
Got attacked by a moose.
Boy, I saw an angry moose. I didn't quite get attacked by it, but the moose was loose, baby. So I'm scrolling through social media, and listen, Abdul, friend of mine, we've known each other, disagree with about 99% of the stuff he has to say.
Right.
But, I saw this picture from the Marion County Lincoln Day dinner.
That's right.
And this was put together by the Marion County head. What's her name? Natalie Godwin?
Goodwin, yes.
Goodwin.
Yes.
And she's been on the show before, and I've reached out to her, and I feel like she's a little cold back to us,
You don't say.
She came on, and it was fine, but, she doesn't always return messages, and the answers were kind of just standoffish. Okay, we don't have to be best friends, but I feel like we have the same goal. Stop making Marion County Republicans suck. I don't really think it should be a hot take that we have the same goal there.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm scrolling through social media, and then I see Abdul's post of what the VIP table looked like at the Marion County Lincoln Day dinner. And Abdul's at it. Okay? And I believe Diego Morales is at it,
Yeah,
too.
they were there together, yeah.
So tell me this isn't the worst table at every wedding. Like in the Adam Sandler movie, The Wedding Singer, this was the table that had the lady with sideburns.
Yeah, mutants at table 9.
The mutants at table 9. The fat guy that can't wait to eat. The lady with sideburns.
Yep.
This is the Marion County VIP table?
Yeah.
Like, listen, I know Rob, you, and Tony Katz don't live here. But if you would have told me, hey, we're bringing these guys in from IBC, I would understand that. Casey, if you were invited, I would understand that. I was out of town, and I would have gone anyway.
Right.
But no invite to me, but you're going to put Abdul in there? Like, come on. This is why you guys are getting your asses handed to you time after time in Marion County. So, Natalie, I'm just going to tell you right now, enjoy this, but reach out to me, okay? I've done event planning before for some major companies, and again, we got the same goal. Natalie, you or your people reach out to me. Let's fix this thing, because you can't have that VIP table of stiffs. You just can't.
Work on the seating chart.
And here in 5 years from now, when it's Chris Hammer's Marion County Republican Party, which, by the way, the fundraising, we've already got promises from major businesses and corporations. That
Will you reveal who they are? Will it be like a trip to India where we're not allowed to know who
We'll
paid
be
for it?
transparent about that.
Special donor.
Yeah, he's not going to be flying over to Dublin or India or anything like that.
I paid for Dublin!
No, this is going to be Chris Hammer's party in a few years. And listen, we're bringing everybody back, right? The establishment squish, and even the people like me that feel like, yeah, if it makes me a Republican in bad standing, that I say Eric Holcomb's a total zero and a turd, so be it. But we're going to circle the wagons, man, and we're getting everybody back. Doesn't seem like the current party head wants to do that by putting that table of stiffs at the VIP section.
Well, there's just not a lot of fight in these people. And I think that's the thing. I think that's what's so frustrating collectively, whether it's the the 6 Republicans on the city council or the candidates they run for public office, for mayor or prosecutor. There's just no fight in these people.
And as an event planner, right, like politics aside, I'm just thinking of the marketing of the event. Can you imagine paying X amount of money to sit at a VIP table? Oh, this is the guy that has the weekend show on WIBC that ran for mayor and got 3rd in the primary. We're really looking forward to the midterms. Fire everybody up.
How much do you think that costs, that VIP table?
Too damn much. Too damn much. The rent is too damn high, and that table was way too expensive.
There is a real
And I like Abdul. He's a good dude. Like, I could go in the back, and we could take a shot of whiskey right now, and we would talk crap about each other.
Yeah, but I mean,
come on.
There is a real disconnect with the Marion County Republican Party and how to get people fired up about what you're doing.
Right.
I mean, like, you've got to inspire not just your own people, but you got to inspire people who aren't Republicans to want to vote for you.
This was the party that didn't call out Gabe Whitley. So, again, approximately 5 years from now,
He lost to a dead
when it's the
woman.
reign of Chris Hammer, who's more conservative than I am, even.
I forgot he was a person until you just mentioned him because he's just rotting away. I think he's still rotting away in the Marion County Jail.
One of the good things about Abdul is he keeps me updated on that loser. So
yeah, I think he's still.
Is he?
He refused to wear his ankle monitor was the story that I got, and so they said
I think
okay.
he just likes being in there.
Well, I mean, it's 3 hots and a cot, right?
Doesn't he have another case coming up too?
I was so hoping him and Sanchez would be sharing a
Like,
a
if
cell
Ryan
together.
Hedrick's stories about what happens behind bars are true here in Marion County, this is like a vacation for Gabe Whitley over there. He's having a good time.
Right?
Hey, what are you doing today? You're back. What are you doing?
So
He doesn't know yet.
I have no idea. My plane got delayed, and I got into Indy last night about 2:30 a.m. So I'm working with Casey's husband today. I mean, we're just going to get real, just personal on you. Podcast comes out later on, and we're going to have a lot of fun, man. Glad to be back.
Can you get back till 2:30?
Dude, we got delayed in Wyoming, and then we got delayed at our layover.
You know how you don't get delayed?
Don't fly.
Don't get on an airplane.
And not do your own picks on a gambling show. That's how you save time.
Thank you, Hammer. You're listening to Kendall and Casey. It's 93 WIBC.
Greetings from R&R Agency, your Indiana health insurance pros, and a sincere thank you to our loyal customers for helping us to another record year. We recently saved a 62-year-old retiring couple over $800 monthly when compared to their COBRA offerings. We recently saved a family of 4 over $400 monthly when compared to their $7,500 deductible program on the ACA, and that's still Obamacare. We recently saved a small 4-man manufacturing company over $1,000 monthly and gave them better coverage. We feature coverages guaranteed to age 65, low out-of-pocket expenses, the largest networks in the country, and you can sign up anytime. If you are retiring early, self-employed, or need coverage for your small group, call us at 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. If you don't call us, we can't help you. What do you got to lose? Call us 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. As always, God bless America, common sense government, and peace through strict.
So, where's the lake?
Not here.
But it says Great Lakes Honda of Fishers.
Right. I just don't see a lake.
Well, who needs a lake when you can lease a 2026 HR-VLX all-wheel drive for $309 a month and 0 down?
That definitely won't soak our bank account.
Oh, it's the old Honda of Fishers.
Great Lakes, great people, great cars.
But no actual lake. Visit our showroom off State Road 37 today. Tax and title fees not included with approved credit through Honda Financial. In-stock new Hondas only. 10,000 miles a year, not combinable with other offers. Loyalty or conquest rebates may apply. Offer ends October 31st. See dealer for details.
Truck drivers, the holiday rush is here. Take advantage by becoming a Schneider driver. By driving for one of America's busiest carriers, you'll stay busy during the holiday season and throughout the new year. Plus, as a Schneider driver, you'll have access to top-quality driver support and newer equipment spec'd with the latest safety and comfort features that drivers want. Don't wait. Get a jump on 2026 by exploring jobs in your area today at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Enough is enough. Governor Braun said he would listen to Hoosiers and stand up to Washington's plans to rig our maps. But now, those Washington insiders are coming to Indiana to finish the job. Unless we can stop them, we want our votes to count, our voices to be heard, and for lawmakers and Governor Braun to focus on issues that matter to us. Utility bills, inflation, taxes. Keep standing strong against redistricting at playfairindiana.com. Paid for by Indiana Conservation Voters.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You've worked hard to save for retirement. Is your financial advisor working just as hard? Find out with Greg Ayler, Sunday mornings at 7 on WIBC.
Transform your backyard this fall with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor furniture set with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry, offer ends November 1st. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com for details.
In 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, why a Trump official was in Indianapolis on Tuesday, a development in the arrest of the Johnson County coroner, and what state police are investigating in southern Indiana. Those stories and more coming up. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HG1 Indianapolis. It's 11 o'clock.
We're now in week 3 of the government shutdown. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and House Speaker Mike Johnson once again pointed a finger to the left.
And if the Democrats continue to vote to keep the government closed, as they have done now so many times, then we know that U.S. troops are going to risk missing a full paycheck at the end of this month.
Service members and federal law enforcement will get paid for now, but hundreds of thousands of furloughed federal employees are getting nothing. Johnson also spoke out against Democrats who stormed his office.
A few members of Congress went into the little foyer of my office and tore down a sign that I had up and just engaged in all sorts of political stunts and antics. They've been doing that every day now, and it shows their desperation.
Democrats blame Republicans for the stalemate over funding, for refusing to negotiate on health care provisions. As for storming the Speaker's office, Democrats were demanding Adelita Grijalva be sworn in to the House seat she won in a special election in Arizona 3 weeks ago.
Speaker Johnson knows that I will be the 218th signature on the discharge petition for the Epstein files. He is doing everything in his power to shield this administration from accountability.
Referencing the stalled push in Congress to demand all the files be released in the Jeffrey Epstein sex trafficking of underage girls. There's more immigration controversy in 2 cities. Los Angeles County supervisors have declared a state of emergency to offer services from rent relief to legal aid to those here illegally, dealing with ICE raids. Homeland Security Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin tells Fox.
They're just throwing more money at these illegal aliens as there's rampant homelessness in the city of Los Angeles, and it's really despicable.
Now to Chicago, Fox's Jeff Manasso reports.
A vehicle driven by 2 Venezuelan nationals rammed a Border Patrol SUV Tuesday during an ICE enforcement operation on Chicago's south side. Agents used a pit maneuver to stop the vehicle. The suspects arrested. A crowd gathered, leading to a tense standoff and the deployment of tear gas.
It's clear that they are doing it on purpose to provoke it, and I should add that they lie every time they do one of these things. They claim that something happened that didn't.
That's Governor J.B. Pritzker. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Wanting more action from Indiana. Cloudy, 65 on Monument Circle, 74 the high for today. I'm Jarrett Lewis. It's now 11:02. Lawmakers at the Indiana State House Tuesday discussing immigration enforcement and the Fairness Act with the White House border czar.
Whatever you can do, state of Indiana, to help us make Indiana safer. I'm not saying every little alien is a public safety threat, but many are. Help us, because every public safety threat we remove from this country makes your neighborhood safer.
Tom Homan headlined the event organized by Attorney General Todd Rokita and also included an appearance by Governor Mike Braun. The immigration enforcement bill is expected to be brought by Republican lawmakers next session. Johnson County Coroner Mike Pruitt is out of jail after posting a $3,000 bond. He turned himself in to police on Tuesday and was then sent to the Brown County Jail for security reasons. He's facing 14 misdemeanor charges relating to inappropriate activity with multiple young girls, including giving them alcohol. State police think they have a murder-suicide case on their hands in Santa Claus.
The Spencer County Sheriff's Office received a 911 call from a Jamie Atkins stating that she had shot her husband.
State Police Sergeant John Davis says that call came in a little after noon on Tuesday, and when they got to the home of the two, they found both Jamie and John Atkins with gunshot wounds. John was dead and Jamie was alive, but later died at a hospital in Kentucky. Davis says the investigation into this is far from over. The world's largest asset manager may be acquiring one of Indiana's largest utility providers. According to the Financial Times, BlackRock is close to a purchase for AES, who recently asked for a rate increase that may bump up the average electricity bill for Hoosiers by $21 a month. Consumer advocates warned that rates may climb even higher if the purchase goes through. Notre Dame and USC bringing in 2 of college football's most explosive offenses into the Saturday night showdown at Notre Dame Stadium. Lynn Clark has more.
The Trojans average more than 8 yards a snap and lead the sack race with 20 on the year. The Irish counter with efficiency, own a +6 margin in turnovers, have 11 interceptions, and one of the nation's cleanest teams when it comes to penalties. Hidden yardage could be the difference in the game. Notre Dame's opponents have already been flagged for more than 400 yards. So it'll be a clash of pressure versus poise under the lights on Saturday. Len Clark, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Meanwhile, Indiana is up to number 3 in the AP poll before their game Saturday with Michigan State in Bloomington. Purdue is on the road at Northwestern. Both of those games kick off at 3:30 Eastern. I'm Jarrett Lewis on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's 4 walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here, you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Most insurance accepted.
You're listening to Rob Kendall.
When we talk about sending money somewhere, we're talking about printing the money because we have no money.
And Casey Daniels.
My government would never lie to me, would they?
On 93 WYBC.
So wait. Now you're not going to apply for the IURC board position?
You know what? That application asks a lot of questions, and then you have to turn it over to government officials. And quite frankly,
what do you have to hide?
I don't have anything to hide, but I'm not going to offer it up either.
What do you?
Like, they know enough about me.
Whoa. Okay, so
I pay them money. That's where the agreement ends.
Let's back this up here for a second. So there are 3 openings on the IURC, which is the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission. Board, which does a variety of things related to utilities, but the one that affects most of us is they set utility rates or approve utility increases, rate increases, et cetera. This group's gotten a lot of attention. Braun is vowing to remake the board, and there's an application process. Now, we found out through our pal Jim Merritt, who was on this nominating committee. So the way this works is there's a group of people. They then nominate names to the governor. The governor decides whether he wants these names or not. Go back, give me more. Whatever. He's not obligated to take the recommendation. So we found out just in passing through Merit that it pays like $150,000 a year to be on this board.
Right.
So I said, well, you totally should apply for this. Yeah. Because Merit likes you. He doesn't like me, but he likes you.
No, he likes you.
And
he calls you Robert.
You should totally, well, I have no shot. I think you could slip through the cracks. And I said, you should apply. And you were like, okay, I'm totally going to apply. I said, it'd be great for our show to go through the process of somebody completing the
Deadline
application.
Was yesterday.
Oh, that's right. It was the 14th, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You screwed this show.
I did not.
You made a commitment to our audience, and then you didn't do it.
I really didn't want the job, actually.
Then why did you say you would have filled out the application but had Kevin do it?
Really, you think? Kevin's going to fill out that 15-page application?
Kevin, do you have anything to hide? Or is your photo in a post office somewhere?
No, I think I'm good.
Are you wanted for felonious activities in any of the 50 United States?
No.
See, you'd have been fine. He's got another. What were you so worried about revealing?
I wasn't worried about revealing anything.
You just said you didn't.
I'm just not going to offer them more information than they already have.
But what?
And you know, if Jim Merritt were to say, hey, Casey, it'd be great for this, it's going to get on Braun's desk, and he's going to go, nope. And put it right in the trash.
That was the point of all of it, to waste their time. And it'll be good for our show. What? But I'm not trying to be facetious. Like, what info did you not want them to have? Are you wanted in any of the 50 United States?
As far as you know, I'm not.
Are you? Do you have a large life-size poster in the post office?
I can't reveal the secrets, Rob.
Are you?
Now, here's the thing. I think what we're really getting down to the bottom of is how badly you want to do your own show that you're trying to get me to apply for other jobs. I see what you're doing here.
Look, I've been your biggest fan the past couple days. Casey, back me up on this. You came in, I was like, you guys were great in the afternoon.
You were very nice.
That was splendid. They should put you guys on Twitter.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, her and Jim should do something some other time, not between 9 and noon. I get what you're doing.
No, okay.
Every angle, it's always back to Rob.
So now we have no candidate to back for the IURC.
I thought, wasn't Indie Reporter going to fill it out?
He didn't want to give the information out either.
Okay.
But
Did you give him a hard time about it?
I just told him to lie. Because what did he do? It's you're not. I don't think. Are you? Is it under penalty of perjury?
I think there is a box that you have to check, like everything I've said here is true.
Yeah, but this isn't a court of law. What if you just said, I mean, what? Are they good?
Did you hear, though, Jim Merritt said that they've had more people apply than ever before. Like, nobody knew about this.
Well, he told you why. Because of our show, people found out the thing pays $150,000.
Right. And before, nobody even knew about it. Wait, what? There's these people that set the rates? What?
As usual, we do all the community good, and then somebody's going to make a bunch of money off of us.
Yeah. So BlackRock still reportedly close to acquiring AES for $38 billion, speaking of utilities.
And now the governor's aware. Now, you may remember last week, if you missed our program last week, but in a very bizarre senior moment, the governor appeared to have zero idea that BlackRock, which the state of Indiana has such concerns over BlackRock, booted them out of the pension program, is gobbling up AES, which is the major utility electric provider in central Indiana, in the city of Indianapolis, and he appeared completely clueless that was taking place, despite for basically the past week it had been high profile. There had been high profile stories in the news about this.
Yeah, when he was on with Hammer and Nigel, he made a comment like, "Wow, I should come in here more often so I can get updated on the news."
I mean, like that was that not the most bizarre thing? Because there were two things he didn't know. He had no idea. He claimed he had no idea the vice president was coming to Indianapolis to meet with both him, which we know happened, and the General Assembly. And then in the same interview, he claimed he didn't know about this BlackRock AES thing. That, like, I want to come back to that for a second.
That's concerning.
It's very concerning that the governor appeared to have either his staff is just not telling him this, which all those people should be fired, or his memory is so bad he doesn't remember them telling him.
I think he was just being a little coy about J.D. Vance. He's just waiting for leadership to come to him and say, "Hey, we got the votes. Call a special session."
But what good does saying I didn't know Vance was coming? How does that help him with that?
Yeah, it doesn't. But the AES thing and BlackRock not knowing that,
it's horrible.
That's concerning. Because that is affecting your pocketbook.
And it's good to see for the past week he's done absolutely nothing with that information once he learned it.
Right.
Because it appears it's still going forward.
Right.
As usual.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people are very concerned about BlackRock purchasing AES because then all of a sudden you're wondering, are they going to prioritize their profits over your service? Is it going to lead to higher rates?
Yes. Yes, I'm answering the questions for you in real time. Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
That's why BlackRock exists, to make money. They don't give a damn about you or your rates. They care about the bottom line.
So the IURC's rate hike discussion, it's expected to happen in 2026 because AES is asking for higher rates. They say they need it for tree trimming.
Wait.
I'm being completely serious.
Help me understand how I mean, they already have the people to trim the trees. Are they saying if they raise the rates, they'll get more people to trim the trees?
Nope. They were justifying their request for a rate increase by because they need tree trimming and system upgrades.
You know what they sound like? Remember in the scene in the Blues Brothers where so throughout the movie, I think I could spoil alert a movie that's been around for 45 years, right? Carrie Fisher plays the ex of John Belushi, and the sort of the thread through the movie is she's trying to kill him at numerous times and fails, and then at the end of the movie she tracks them down and she's got him at gunpoint under the bridge, and he starts giving a list of excuses. It then gets revealed that he stood her up on their wedding day. That's why she's trying to kill him, and he does this list of excuses. Locust, a terrible flood, it wasn't my fault. Like that. That's what AES seems like now. Tree trimming. The linemen. It isn't our fault.
System upgrades. We need more infrastructure. Sure, it's not them. So if they get the rate increase like they're requesting, it could raise your bill by $20 a month.
Oh, well,
a typical household.
Not my bill.
No, not yours. You sit in the dark.
I don't have AES, so it's not my problem.
That's true.
That's more of a you thing, Casey.
Yes,
I'm fighting for you on this one.
That is a me thing. Did you see what's going on in Carmel, by the way?
Oh, no.
The mayor, Sue Finkham, she has proposed moving their public meetings to the daytime.
Wait. So the meetings are in the evening, which would make sense because, people work during the day. So if you actually wanted to be transparent, let people attend, you would have the meetings, which they do, while most people aren't working, but she's saying,
She's saying that if they hold the meetings during regular business hours, it could save the city about $200,000 annually.
Why?
Efficiencies and reduced overtime.
What wait. Reduced overtime. Who's getting overtime? All those people, the department heads and stuff, should be salaried people. They shouldn't need overtime. Who's getting overtime to run a City of Carmel meeting? You're paying the boards and commission people the same regardless. What is this overtime as a result of a city council meeting?
Maybe they should budget their time knowing that these meetings in the evening are going to be part of their hours for the week.
But again, I will come back and ask the police, if you have police at the meeting, that should be part of regular order. You got the police that are on their routes, etc. Like, how crazy is a Carmel City Council meeting getting that one officer couldn't probably handle it? I don't remember a long list of disturbances. Maybe I've missed those. I'll check my current subscription and try to get that information. But like, the department heads already paid, the board and commission people paid regardless. Who are the overtime? It sounds like she don't want to deal with the smoke, and so she's trying to move it to the least transparent availability possible.
Well, and that's what the vice president of the city council says. He's opposing the idea. He said it's a threat to public access and transparency. It's also going to make it harder for working residents to attend. It's going to limit participation.
She is an insufferable sea hag, isn't she? I mean, we did all that stuff, a couple weeks ago, or her sending those emails trying to bully around those city council members because one guy said some employee got all dolled up and she had an aneurysm over that, and now she's trying to make it so people can't go to the meetings. What a horrible representation you have there in Carmel.
Her position, the city's position, is that it's part of a broader effort to be innovative and reduce costs.
Let less
in
people,
service to the taxpayers.
Let less people participate. That's it. Innovation, is that what she's doing? And by the way, because we know she hears our show because they've referenced things that we do on the show, etc. She's welcome to come in here. I'd love to say this right to her face. I would get great joy out of saying because Case will back me up on this. I don't ever pull any punches and just say things that people weren't standing right in front of me. I would get great joy to say all of these things right to her face for thousands of people to hear. So if she'd like to come in and have this conversation, I would look forward to that.
There are some other local governments that hold daytime meetings, like Noblesville and Westfield. So
it's ridiculous.
Maybe she's just trying to model Carmel after those cities.
There's no reason to have a meeting during the daytime that things that people are voting on, unless there's some emergency thing. Because you should want public input, blah blah blah. Every so often, maybe you have some one-off thing where there was some unforeseen thing we got to take a vote on. It's very uncommon, but it does happen. But no. You have meetings in the evening when people come to the meetings to participate.
Carmel's still evaluating their different options, but allegedly it's becoming somewhat of a contentious issue. So you might be hearing more about this.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, you're going to be gone.
Tomorrow and Friday.
And there's something going on Friday that I wish you were going to be here for, but you're not. So I got to get your input on how I'm supposed to handle this.
Okay, we'll set it up.
Half your show.
It's Kendall and Casey on 93 WIBC.
Kendall and Casey.
This comes at a time where people are very concerned, and rightfully so, about skyrocketing utility rates. And BlackRock is in the money-making business. They're not in the better life for you business. Somebody better do something fast. Or if you think utility rates are bad now, get ready, pal.
No problem. You know how good the legislature is about passing bills for the residents.
Kendall and Casey. Weekdays 9 till noon on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Garage Doors of Indianapolis is everything that's right about Central Indiana. They've been locally family-owned for 50 years, helping our local economy remain strong by employing 70 families. Garage Doors of Indianapolis is proud to do business right here in the great state of Indiana. They're a conservative-minded company that shares our values and stands by their products and services. You can call Garage Doors of Indianapolis today for service today. 875-4577, 875-4577, or visit doorstoday.com.
Are you ready to build your custom dream home? Joiner Homes is ready to make your dream come true. Over 18 years, Joiner Homes, based out of Greenfield, have built hundreds of homes in central Indiana, and the best place to start is joinerhomes.com. That's where you'll find pricing, photos of completed Joiner homes to inspire you, available home sites, and info on where you can visit their model homes, and a lot more. Be sure to check out Joiner Homes' 5-star Google reviews. Get started today at joinerhomes.com.
Of all the times to buy a new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, or Aviator. Plus get a $1,000 Tom Roush Trade Assist bonus. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
Subject to credit approval. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for complete offer details. Offer ends 10/31/2025.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It's the Medicare Advantage annual enrollment period, and Humana knows not everyone has the same needs when picking a Medicare Advantage plan.
Now that I'm retired, I want to enjoy the life I've worked hard to build. So I want a plan that covers me when I'm traveling the country.
Humana has a plan for that.
As a veteran, I want a plan that fills in the gaps my VA coverage doesn't provide, like dental care.
Humana has a plan for that.
I feel good about my health. I just want care and coverage with predictable costs. No surprises.
Humana has a plan for that. With a Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you get coverage and benefits that focus on what matters most to you. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Help DEA keep our communities safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, October 25th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEATakeback.com.
Transform your backyard this fall with Indie Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor furniture set with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry, offer ends November 1st. Visit IndieDecorativeConcrete.com for details.
Well, look, Friday's a pretty important day on the show, and you're just abandoning us to do who knows what.
Taking some time off. I'm going to go see my kid.
So is this because they sent the mean email out saying we can't use all our days in December?
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Which, are you adhering to that?
Okay, so just as our audience, like, what is going on here? So they had sent an email that somebody, me...
They sent it to everybody, and it could have just been addressed to Rob.
Every year, look, I love coming to work, and so I get a little squirrely on not taking my days off, and then I hit December, and I'm like, oh, I got to use these days or I lose them.
And you've banked like 30 days.
Yeah, so every
you
year,
get the whole month off.
basically, Radiothon is my swan song, and I'm like, I'll see you all next year.
Right.
And then for half the month, I'm nowhere to be found.
Right.
Which I'm basically doing again this year, because then they realized, because of the way the off days were set for everybody else, they're like, he can't be off. I've called their bluff, basically, is what I did.
Yeah.
Because, like, this week, you guys had to do the afternoon show. What, do you want me to be taking these days off, right? So they basically realized I pulled a Survivor. I outwit, I outlast, I outplay. So I will be leaving after Radiothon again this year. I've already clarified that. But next year, this is the last year, Casey. We're not tolerating it again next year.
We're not going to put up with this.
I just want people to forget about me for a while. That's always my goal. I feel like they miss me more after I'm gone.
How can I miss you if you don't go away?
Several weeks. Anyway, You foolishly took the bait and did decide to take some days off in October. So you're going to be gone Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, tomorrow and Friday. Well, you know
now
what?
Your husband's going to be working for Hammer tomorrow, which means he's getting a vacation from you.
He is. And we talked about that. See, here's the thing. I haven't seen my daughter in 2 months. And I need to hug her.
Yeah.
I need to kiss her cheek.
Sure.
I got to get that love.
Has it been 2 months?
It's been 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah. And Jim has seen her since then.
He's had enough?
Well, we kind of like staggered our trips to see her. That way she gets more of us.
Oh, absolutely.
She gets us more often.
Don't you at some point have to just say, look, you need to move back home? Don't you have to have that conversation? I mean, I know she has a nice job in Baltimore and blah, blah, blah. But look.
And blah, blah, blah.
You're getting older now, and it's a real strain on you to have to go out.
When I see her for the first time, should I get a cane and like act like I'm infirm?
Look at the damage you've done to your poor mother.
Right. Don't you love me? Does that work? Guilt?
Anyway.
I know you're trying to have your own life, but can we make this about me?
Well, she made the decision to move. Like, you shouldn't be accountable to have to go see her. She should have to come see you.
No, it's my choice. I want to go see her. So
when does she come back to see you, though?
She'll probably come back over Christmas when you're gone for a month.
That's right, yes.
She's like, is Rob out of the building?
Yeah.
Phew, I can come.
He gone. Anyway, Friday, since you'll be gone, we do have a big endeavor on this program. Bo Bai will be here.
Yeah.
And I got to kind of get since you won't be here to be a part of the interview, I got to kind of get the strategy. How do we do this? Because this is a big interview for him.
It's a big interview for him, for sure. Running for Secretary of State on the Democrat side.
He's got to win people that listen to this radio station in order to. He can win. There is a path. We've laid it out. All he's got to do is flip 125,000 votes from what Seahag got the last time, and he wins. So it's not like it's not undoable. But he's definitely got to convince people listening to this radio station that he is going to be the better choice, and that sort of runs through us on Friday. So, like, how do you want me to handle it? You want me to just be a real hard ass, or you want me to be nice?
Okay,
or what
so here's what I think. First of all, no pics.
No pics.
No pictures with him.
Oh, no.
Because you're not going to go stand over there by the WIBC.
No, he's much better looking than me. I wouldn't do that. I only take pictures with people, the guests that aren't as good looking as me.
Okay. I think you need to ask him to bring some Dairy Queen, because apparently
Dairy Queen.
He's a big fan of a midnight run to Dairy Queen.
Did he say that in one of his? Now, you follow him on the TikTok, right?
I do follow him on TikTok.
Has he returned? How does TikTok work? Is it like, do I know I'm following you, or like
whoever is doing his account probably can see that I'm following him.
Did they follow you back? Is my question. Is that what it's called?
I haven't looked to see if I.
Is that what it's called on TikTok?
Yeah, you follow somebody.
Sure.
I don't believe they've followed me back, which.
Well, then they should. That's an egregious mistake on his part.
Should. He has 4,103 followers on TikTok.
Yeah.
And his videos have been liked over 15,000 times. We've got some audio of one, but before we play that, you need to ask him why he's running.
Why are you running? I'm keeping a mental note here.
So ask him to bring in some Dairy Queen. Ask him why he's running. I think you do have to ask him.
Can you bring in is Dairy Queen open that early? I don't think they're open that early. I mean, he could put it in his fridge the night before. Ask him, hey, would you stick that in your freezer and then bring it in for me at 9 in the morning?
Have him bring in like a chicken basket or something.
Maybe just a gift certificate to the Dairy Queen.
Well, that could work.
Or is that bribery?
He clearly has the money for it. According to the latest reports, 400,000 in like 1 week. But you need to ask him the hard questions because.
Well, what are they? What do you want me to ask him?
We need to know one of them. Why are you running?
Why are you running? Very good.
And see if he has the chops, because we know.
That's how you want me to ask. Do you have the chops?
Do you have the chops? Because we know he's got the name. We know he's got the pedigree.
Yeah. Why are you running? Do you have the chops?
Yeah. Because why does Indiana need him as the Secretary of State? Now. He did answer some questions in one of his TikTok videos.
Exciting.
And I think these are going to be some of the questions that you would ask. So let's see if he keeps the same story.
Hey, it's Bo. I'm here at the Rowan Bridge in Wabash County. I'm going to take a couple questions that I've been getting on the campaign trail.
Most pressing issue Hoosiers are facing?
By far, the most pressing issue that I've been hearing getting around our state is the cost of living. The cost of health care is way too high, utility bills are through the roof, and the cost of housing is way too high, too. Leaders in our state from both parties need to work together to do everything they can to bring those costs down.
First thing you'll do as Secretary of State?
The first thing I will do as your Secretary of State is conduct an independent audit of that office's spending. It's out of control. The amount of waste, fraud, and abuse that has happened in that office, we're going to clean it up on day one.
One new policy you'd like to see in Indiana?
It is time in Indiana that we had a citizen-led statewide ballot referendum. Indiana ranks 50th, bottom of the country in voter participation. That's a shame. Imagine the amount of energy and momentum that we could build in our state if we let the people decide the big issues of the day. People would get off their couch and they'd go to the polling place if they knew that they had a real say in our government.
Favorite sports memory?
Oh, jeez.
Favorite sports memory? Probably 07 Colts Super Bowl.
So I think the only one that he really has control over, though, is the audit.
Sure. Well, right. I mean, let's face it. I mostly just want him to get in there to be an agitator.
Mm-hmm. An audit would do it.
Well, that's right. I mean, look, the Republican, this is the reality of our state, and you see it play out every single day. The Republican Party in the state is a cabal, and they all know what each other are, and they all protect each other. Every person in that state house knows what Diego Morales is. They know what he's doing. They know how he's using the office as a 24/7 campaign machine. He's using your money to do that. Everybody knows. It's not up for debate or discussion, but because the money that is going to Diego Morales touches so many of those politicians, they do not have the courage to take him on and all the shenanigans that he is pulling. And the only way, one, you're going to get this revealed is to get someone from the other party in there. Like, I like Dave Shelton, but and I think he would do a fine job of running that office. I think he'd be very competent. But you think he's going to go in there and be reveal guy? You think he's going to be auditing?
No, this is the guy who said he was against redistricting and then a week later changed his mind.
Right. You would have a much better run office and more competent. I think he's much less shady than Diego. But you're not going to get the big thing, which is the reveal, which is to show the people all the crap the Republicans are pulling. And then once people see that, then maybe it starts to change the automatic Republican voting pattern, although the IEDC audit kind of did that too, and I don't know if that's going to change anything. But it would be way more fun to have somebody in there who could do that consistently.
Well, we'll see if he's your guy.
So you want, why are you running? And I'll ask it like this. Do you have the chops?
Well, is he going to be Indiana's Arch Manning?
Are you going to be Indiana's Arch Manning? Just like that?
Yeah, just like that. Do forceful like that. Scare him.
I want the truth, Bo. Do you have the chops?
You can't handle the truth.
All right, go to break.
It's Kendall and Casey on 93 WIBC.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
He's seeking help from the Hoosier State. I'm Jarrett Lewis. Here's what's trending at 11:30. White House Border Czar Tom Homan is calling on Indiana lawmakers to pass new legislation that helps the federal government in their immigration enforcement efforts.
Whatever you can do, state of Indiana, to help us make Indiana safer. I'm not saying every little alien is a public safety threat, but many are. Help us, because every public safety threat we remove from this country makes your neighborhood safer.
He spoke at an event hosted by Attorney General Todd Rokita at the State House Tuesday. Governor Mike Braun was also in attendance. Indiana State Police are investigating an apparent murder-suicide in Santa Claus from Tuesday. Police say the woman shot and killed her husband before dying later from a gunshot wound. And Johnson County Coroner Mike Pruitt is out of jail after posting his $3,000 bond. He turned himself in Tuesday and is facing multiple charges relating to inappropriate activity with teenage girls. I'm Jarrett Lewis on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
America respects our first responders and veterans, the brave whose business is taking action when calamity strikes. It's dangerous work, often surrounded by sirens, shouting, even gunfire, so hearing loss is probable. First responders can turn to Relay Indiana. If you have trouble hearing on the telephone, visit RelayIndiana.com for voice recognition technology phones that allow the hearing impaired to have normal phone conversations. And there's loaned equipment for those who qualify. Get clarity back on the phone. Visit RelayIndiana.com.
If you're experiencing a hardship and need to quickly sell your home, we may be able to help.
I'm excited to start the new chapter of my life. I'm going to be moving 2 states away to be with my husband. Simple Quarters did not drag anything out. Simple Quarters wanted to get this done as quickly as I did, which was fantastic. I had the offer, I believe, within 2 hours of them coming through and doing the walkthrough. It just couldn't have worked out better. It really couldn't have.
Call Simple Quarters 317-900-HOME.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer. You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey guys, it's Rob for Universal Windows Direct. You know, we're going to get some rain over the weekend, and then the weather's going to start turning chilly. It's going to start feeling like fall, and that means winter's right around the corner. And that means, see how I connected all those dots there? The possibility of spending another winter in a cold and drafty home. But you don't have to be victim to that again. That's where our friends from Universal Windows Direct come in with brand new windows to help keep you warm all winter long. Listen to the deal right now with Universal Windows Direct. For every 2 windows you buy, you're going to get the next 2 free, no limit. Then on top of that, 0% interest for 3 full years. And last but certainly not least, an extra $500 off your entire home improvement project. So buy 2, get 2 free, 0% interest for 3 years, extra $500 off your entire home improvement project. Now, some restrictions may apply. So to get all the details, schedule your totally free, no hassle, no obligation in-home estimate. Call Universal Windows Direct today, 317-659-7574, 317-659-7574. Check them out on the web, universalwindowsdirect.com, universalwindowsdirect.com. Tell them Rob sent you.
Having a tough time paying your bills? Learn how to reduce your credit card debt to a fraction of what you owe. Call the Debt Helpline now for free advice. 800-329-9912, 800-329-9912.
Visit Sundown Gardens for 20% off interior fall decor and 50% off pottery. Sundown Gardens, 186th Street, Spring Mill Road, sundown.gardens.com.
What'd you decide we're doing? I wasn't paying any attention.
You want to talk about this Barack Obama video that he put out?
I love that. Barack Obama. You remember him? Yeah. Why does that name sound familiar?
Who's that guy?
He was the president, Barack Obama.
Oh, Barack Obama.
What is Obama doing a video on, Casey?
Oh, it's Proposition 50 is a thing in California. It's about redistricting. Here we go.
California, the whole nation is counting on you. Democracy is on the ballot November 4th. Republicans want to steal enough seats in Congress to rig the next election and wield unchecked power for 2 more years. With Prop 50, you can stop Republicans in their tracks. Prop 50 puts our elections back on a level playing field, preserves independent redistricting over the long term, and lets the people decide. Return your ballot today. Vote yes on 50.
Mm-hmm. Does Obama have any juice anymore?
Do people listen to him?
Well, you know, we played that clip yesterday of him on that WTF podcast, and then I actually heard, I think it was Tony Kennett last night on his show. I was out and about. You know what my daughter did yesterday?
No.
She distracted her poor grandmother. She made a mess. I think she did this deliberately. This is where the little tyrant thing comes in. The kid, this kid is smart.
Yeah.
She distracts her grandmother, makes a mess. Grandma's picking up the mess. And then she proceeds to find the one crown that is still hidden in her room. And she takes it and turns into Picasso all over the walls. This is like in a minute's worth of time. Oh, yeah. And it's orange, right? Oh, it's a disaster. So I had to go to the store and get those white, you know what I'm talking
Magic
about?
erasers?
Magic eraser, thank you.
Like the Mr. Clean.
And that was when I started watching the John Candy documentary, because I was like, okay, I got to clean this thing up.
See, I thought you were exaggerating earlier, but yeah, drawing on the wall.
Oh yeah, it was very time consuming. And then my favorite part is my sweet wife, who I love so much. She's sitting there the whole time I'm sweeping. Like I've told her, I said, man, this house is just a dumpster fire. I got to get it picked up. And she sees me sweeping, and then she sees me using the eraser thing. Like I'm clearly, like she knows what I'm doing. She's right in front of me. And then as I get done, and she can clearly see I have now cleaned all the walls, she goes, "Do you need any help?" Yeah, an hour ago. Thanks.
She waits till you're almost done. Oh, you working on something?
Anyway, I don't even know why I got off on that. What were we talking about? Obama.
Yeah, how did that remind you of your daughter?
I don't know.
He comes in at the last minute?
No, I don't even know why I got off on that. I think I just wanted to bitch about that. I think that was just my, I don't even know exactly why I got off on that. But I'm
glad we're all here to help you.
Point being, we played this clip. Oh, I know why. That's how I heard Tony Kinnett talking about it.
Right.
He played this. He was talking about this clip on the Tony Kinnett cast, and Obama looks so old in this clip.
He is,
and he looks so depressed, and like his legs are crossed and his arms are crossed. And so my question is, does Obama still? Does he used to be? He used to be able to bark and people would move on command. Does anybody now do what he says?
Possibly in California, but I think when he was ushering Joe Biden off stage at that one rally they had, wasn't George Clooney there or something? I think that's when people really saw that he's not being forthright with everything.
Yeah. So I don't look with this. The reality is everybody's screwing their constituents. Texas, screwing their constituents. California, screwing their constituents. Missouri, screwing their constituents. North Carolina, about to screw their constituents. Indiana, maybe screwing their constituents. All of these people are rotten. However, if we're going to go to who started it, if we're going to, act like we're 10 years old again, Texas started it. California is simply responding to Texas.
Correct. And they would be a wash because if Texas picks up 5 Republican seats and California picks up 5 Democrat seats, we're even.
Right.
So,
however, the hypocrisy is put on full display where when Schwarzenegger was governor, California forms this election commission by will of the voters, and their job is to draw these maps. And by all accounts, everybody thought they operated pretty well in the state of California. I'm not saying we don't look at them and go, ooh, that's kind of squirrely, but the people who live there seem pretty okay with these maps, and they came by. I wish Carl was here. Carl, Tony's producer, out on paternity leave, and he could speak more eloquently to this because he lived in California for so many years. But now they're doing the same thing Indiana's doing. Oh, yeah, our maps were, quote-unquote, fair. We liked them, but now we got to rig them a little further because, Texas did something. Well, how does that benefit anyone in California?
In California, the maps, they have California Citizens Redistricting Commission, which drew the maps in 2020. They did it, I believe, in 2013 and possibly in 2008 as well. And they're not supposed to be redone until 2030.
Elections should not be partisan exercises in terms of how the government administers them. The job is to draw the maps properly, fairly, in a just and right fashion for the state in which you live, taking out the political ramifications, and then let the politicians go win the elections based on their governance. All these states are doing are bailing out bad governance. All these states are doing is saying we can't win, whether it's California or what's being proposed here in Indiana, different parties, same thing. We can't win based on our governance. So instead, we're going to just rig the thing in our favor so that we don't get held to account. And in fact, we get rewarded for the bad governance.
And if all of these states continue on with the redistricting, like Texas and Missouri, Florida, potentially, Ohio, here in Indiana, and the Democrat or the blue-leaning states do it, the Democrats could potentially lose up to 19 seats.
Yeah. And is that what you want? My question to you, if you're driving down the road right now, is what have the Republicans done for you that you say my life will be better? They control everything right now. Let's say they get 19 seats. They already have control of the government. They can do anything they want to do right now. What's going on in Washington will be just as broken with 19 more Republicans in the House of Representatives. There's not one thing that's going to change because Washington itself is broken. The federal government is broken. Look, this is not even the shutdown is not even a conversation with the House of Representatives. They passed their budget weeks ago. Wouldn't matter if there were 19 more Republicans, unless those 19 Republicans are going to be on some reconnaissance mission where they're going to kidnap Democrats in the Senate.
Right.
You're still going to have the same problems. So I don't see any sort of justification to rig our maps further to reward bad Republicans. Now, of course, they're, I guess, Republicans in good standing because you can not vote and adhere to the party platform, and that's fine. But then if you point that out to people and go, hey, we should probably find somebody who will be more Republican than the Republican, then you're not a Republican in good standing. But why? Why would I bend over backwards for these people?
If you vote present, does that keep you in good standing? It must. Abdul's going to join us next.
Yeah, we're going to get into some more of what's going on down at 200 West Washington. What's the latest scuttlebutt on this redistricting? What is Abdul hearing about? What could be next?
You're listening to Kendall and Casey on 93 WIBC. Hey, it's Casey, and guess what? Hammer will be back on his own show. The Dude will be playing the part of Nigel. Join him starting at 3 on 93 WIBC.
Picture this. Your career ends, your paycheck stops. Suddenly you're conducting your retirement with no sheet music. Don't let that happen. I'm Jason Hutchins, and after years of guiding Hoosier families through retirement planning, I put together some of the most important lessons into one simple, easy-to-read book, Orchestrate Your Retirement, a guide to composing a financially tuned plan. Get a copy mailed to you at no cost. Call 317-660-929. That's 317-660-929. This book is packed with real-world stories and strategies on income, Social Security, taxes, and how to protect what you've worked so hard to build. Call Guardian Wells Financial at 317-660-929. That's 660-929 and ask for your copy. No pressure, no strings attached. Supplies are limited, so when they're gone, they're gone. Orchestrate your retirement. The rhythm of your future starts here.
Investment advisory services offered through Creative One Wealth LLC, a registered investment advisor. Guardian Wealth Financial is not affiliated with Creative One Wealth or with any government agency. Licensed insurance professionals.
Hey guys, it's Rob for Life Church. It's Wednesday. That means Sunday's right around the corner. And this Sunday, if you're looking for a new church home or even a first church home, check out the place we call home, Life Church. Now, we go to the Eagle Creek campus, but the great thing about Life Church is they've got campuses all across central Indiana, Noblesville, Fishers, Eagle Creek, and Pendleton. Plus, they got great online services, so if you'd like to see what it's all about, you never even have to leave the comfort of your own living room. Life Church would love the opportunity to meet and welcome you and your family. You got nothing to lose, everything to gain. Learn more about them on the web, lifechurchin.com.
The most extraordinary thing a woman can do is let herself be human. We try to do it all, sure, but what if we're just not feeling it? Like when the fatigue hits, but you gotta bring snacks to the soccer game? Or when the laundry's piling up, but that hot flash says, too bad. We get it. Franciscan Health has care for extraordinary women who can do it all, but don't have to. Visit franciscanhealth.org/OBGYN today.
Look, switching point of sale systems is a total nightmare, right? But here's the thing. Shopify POS makes switching easier. A Shopify POS expert, a real human being, helps with setup and data migration. No need to be your own tech support, because with Shopify POS, you get support for free. You'll also get a free card reader and 25% off POS subscription fees. Switching your POS is easier with Shopify. Eligibility requirements apply. To learn more, visit shopify.com/switchnow. That's shopify.com/switchnow.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577. For service today? Today.
Hey, it's Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, Jim's Heating and Air Conditioning. Owner Jim Scott says only the best will do when it's your reputation on the line.
We want to install something that's high quality so we can move on to the next job. The way we install it is high quality and the equipment that we use is high quality. So when I shop for something to sell, American Standard was there. It was just the highest quality there is.
In Boone and Hamilton County, go to jimsheating-air.com. For Jim's Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report scams, and update your software. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your protection today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Of all the times to buy a new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, or Aviator. Plus get a $1,000 Tom Roush Trade Assist bonus. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
subject to credit approval. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for complete offer details. Offer ends 10/31/2025.
Let's come together, Indy. Join us in Shepherd Community Center as we partner with Gleaners to help feed families right here in our city. Stop by 4107 East Washington this Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. for a special food distribution event focused on giving back and spreading hope.
We're all American boys. All American boys. We're all American.
Well, anytime Google and I agree on something, you know it's messed up. Bad news. Bad news. But well, I'll tell you what, in this redistricting, it's getting ridiculous out there. Kendall and Casey show. I'm Rob Casey's here. He's an author. He's a broadcaster, provocateur. Abdulakib Shabazz, owner and operator of IndyPolitics.org. Hello.
Hello, my friend.
So we obviously spent a whole bunch of time on this yesterday, today. The polling coming out on redistricting. 2 polls, in fact, coming out yesterday. One from 3D Strategic Research, one from North Star Opinion Research. Both of them Republican sort of based polls, not super left polls. And both of them showing the same thing, the public overwhelmingly against redistricting.
Wow, imagine that. Someone had to poll to find out common sense. As someone who's polled before several times, I guess we're going to be polling in probably December, January. The poll numbers do not surprise me. I have not heard from anybody with an ounce of common sense that this is a good idea and this is going to end well. The Speaker doesn't want it. The Senate President doesn't want it. Most of the rank and file don't want it. The public definitely doesn't want it. And the government's kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. People are like, okay, I got to do this to make the Trump people happy, but the lawmakers don't want it. So the polling does not surprise me at all.
So this is what is perplexing to me, and we got into this a little bit with Jim Merritt earlier. We got into this on State House Happenings. There's not been a single poll anybody's been able to produce to say, look at how the public supports redistricting. They all sort of match these numbers, in which, in the case of the 3D research, 69% of the voters disagreed with redistricting, 21 supported. The North Star had opposition to redistricting at 53%. They had a low level of support, too. And so if no one can point to anybody who wants it, there's not a single lawmaker who's run out going, look at this, this trove of emails and phone calls that I've been able to produce of my people that are behind it, even the lawmakers who are super behind it. Why do they keep dragging this out? Because every day they drag it out, it just gets worse for them.
My theory is it's like watching a really bad film and they're kind of hoping maybe it'll get better at this point, or maybe it'll get better at this point, and maybe but at the end of the day, it's really Police Academy 6. It just sucked all the what you loved about the first Police Academy 2 and 3. All the cast members are gone.
Yeah,
it's like what the hell am I watching here?
Yeah. So I can't remember if it was you or Jim who said this on State House Happenings, but it's right. If they were going to do it, which Braun appears dead set on doing this, jamming the square peg into the round hole, should have just done it back in July. Just said, okay, here we go. Session, boom, vote, up, down, whatever, and then we're done with it. But by dragging it out, you keep getting these polls that come out. It shows they're going against the will of the people. The people don't want it. They would have been way better off if they're doing it no matter what, just doing it and being done with it.
And also, here's the other part to keep in mind. It's not so much the politics of redistricting, it's the practical applications of redistricting. We've got candidates who got to file. We've got filing deadlines. I'm in the first district. No, am I in the second district? Where am I? What am I doing here? And like, as Jim mentioned during State House Happenings, it's like Mercury. It doesn't go away. You just basically rearrange the deck chairs on the Titanic. Okay, let's say we make the first district more Republican. That means we have to make the second district less Republican and the fourth district less Republican. And then it moves. It's like the old Tetris game.
Yeah.
You basically try to put square pegs in round holes. And on top of that, not only have you messed those lines up, now you pissed off everybody, because now you got people going to come out in droves.
Sure.
To simply express their displeasure, because people are already tired of politicians anyway, and Republicans are in charge. Republicans have a supermajority, so the only place to go for Republicans is actually down.
Yeah, and that's where it's like you're willing to do it for this, but not the things that actually are affecting people's lives. And I think people see that. I think people say, hey, look, you totally blew it on property taxes. Everyone hates it. How many times do Rob, Kendall, and Jesse Brown, socialist on the Indy City County Council, agree on something? How many times do Rob and the public education system agree on something? Everyone hates this. You clearly blew it. To some extent, they have not. Everybody other than Braun in the General Assembly has many people in the General Assembly have acknowledged they blew it. But you're not lifting a finger to help fix that. But you will not stop on this redistricting thing, which doesn't make anybody's life better. It just makes Donald Trump happy.
And by the way, you can call a special session, but the governor does not control the agenda. Lawmakers control the agenda. They can pretty much do whatever they want while they're here. Or they can come in for an hour. Okay, that's it. We're here. Okay, everybody go home. Or here's another fun part. They can do it virtually.
What? They don't even have to show up?
Well, remember during COVID, we had virtual committee hearings, the whole 9 yards. I would not be surprised if somebody gets the bug in their head. Okay, we'll be here. We'll be here via Zoom. That way, no one has to drive. We can save the taxpayers money on the per diem.
Abdul is our guest. Okay, so if you had to put money on it, and I think you and Merritt disagree on this, but I want to get you both on the record. You think they will or will not call a special session, and if they do, will it pass?
I think they will probably call a special session, but here's the thing. Here you
go. Okay, Mr. Attorney. Okay, here we go.
They will call a special session if they think it can pass.
I'm asking you, do you think they're going to call a special session, and will it pass?
If they call a special session, odds are it will pass. If they don't, then that means we know that no votes aren't there.
Do you think they're going to do it or not? Yes or no?
Maybe.
Very good. That was a hell of a take there, Abdul. Hell of a take.
Always good to be back.
Yes, and with that, find Abdul and all his takes at IndyPolitics.org. That is going to do it for us today. Thank you so much to Casey. Great job as always. Kevin, and most importantly, thank you to you, the listener. Without you, there is no us. Kendall and Casey Show, 93 WIBC.
Well, the Fed just sounded the alarm. The stock market is dangerously overvalued. And if your retirement savings are tied up in the market, this could be the smart time to protect and grow your savings outside of Wall Street. Hey, one option gives you a 20% upfront bonus. It's got a competitive return that's averaged 10% annually for the last 10 years.
So here's the simple math. If you invest $200,000, you get an upfront $40,000 bonus. That's $240,000. That $240,000 could earn 10% or $24,000 in the first 12 months. So in the first year, that original $200,000 could grow to $264,000. Get all the information from Bill Demery, your retirement guy. Call 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120. 648-5120. Bill Demery, your retirement guy.
Well, since my baby left me.
It's a tribute to the king of rock and roll. On October 17th and 18th, Frankie Marino and family come to the Hilbert Circle Theater to perform some of Elvis's most famous hits with conductor Enrico Lopez Yanez and the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra.
Well, it's so lonely it could die.
Don't wait. Get your tickets today.